Everyone's having it follows. A lovely evening. I don't know why they had rubber bands of all things to uphold our lovely microphone, but I digress. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a lovely evening. If anyone's noticed, I have changed the background music. I feel like the last theme was nice. We gotta go ahead and spice it up a little bit. But finally, hopefully, finish the itsy bitsy bits. Chapter 14, for sure. Gotta make it sound dramatic. I'm indeed excited. We've been looking at this one here. Let's see what my man's doing. But anyways. Let's get through this one. Ease one at it. But yeah, we've been trying to clear this one out. I think this is the last one. Finally going to be free of the red tide. I assume if everything goes well. I realize this is like, fire. Aren't you close? Oh my stars. I'm realizing for some reason the top of my head is disappeared into the void. That's not relevant. Anyway, I'm not sure how far the voice acting has flown, but I'm assuming we're kind of heading into there. The polyphonic silhouette becomes more apparent the further you follow Lamia down and underground. The closer you are, the more its colossal size becomes evident, as well as the malevolence that seeps in. Eventually, there is only a rift standing between the polyphag and you. Below it, the red tide roils and crashes to the sides of the cliff. This is where I come in. After all, you wouldn't be able to pull this off. Punishing virus crystallized under Lamia's command, forming a bridge that connects the rift, even if it's only for fits. One person at a time. Not bragging. It's work unless you want a bullet in you. Lee is about that life. A small compliment wouldn't hurt. Did you see how hard I've been trying to help you? I'm not buying it. There's no way you'll genuinely help us. After all, I'm just a poor little fish in your leash. I do anything you tell me to do. I'd rather live than be eaten alive by the polyphag. Lamia nods while maintaining her control on the bridge. Well, I didn't want to be eaten, so I escaped. But consuming Miss Luna has given it more than enough power, and we all get to be desserts. Oh, wait, it did eat her. Well, I assume that it didn't officially eat her, just holding her hostage. But we stopped the polyphag. I'm afraid the only way is to get Luna out of there, or... I was about to say Miss Luna, but, like, they're pretty much the same age, I guarantee. Liv falls silent. What she meant to say is plain as day. Liv, can you take Commandant back to the surface and call for reinforcement? Why? If you take Lamia with you, she should be able to help you bypass the signal blockade and reach Babylonia. Are you trying to get us out of here? Lucia, what about you? Someone has to hold off the polyphag. With how powerful it's become, it will be countless lives spared. I could just hold it back for a few seconds. Besides, Luna is still inside there. Lee cuts Lucia off before she finishes. And then we go together. I'm the leader of Grey Raven. Doing so is too risky and irrational. I would not put Commandant and you in danger for my judgment. Wait, I thought I was the leader of Grey Ravens. Also, when did Grey get replaced from E to A? I don't know why. Or was it A to E? Why is there two Greys? Anyway, this is why you need us. Commandant's right. What's irrational splitting up in the face of that? If it were a strategic decision, I would have accepted it without question and given it my all. But it's not the right move here, and you're clearly doing so because you thought this is just your burden to carry. I'm not going to allow that. You might be the leader here, and we're supposed to follow your orders, but we are also your friends. Oh my gosh, friendship. Just like what Lee said, Lucia. We still don't know our way around here. We could easily get into trouble on our way back. Besides, Grey Raven is at its best when we are together, right? I understand. Thank you. That's what we're here for. Such a touching display of camaraderie. I'm so jealous, but I'm also pretty fed up. Suddenly, Lee feels a searing burn in his palm. Reflectively, his hand jerks and he finds the steel wire that Lamia tied up ruptured without any indication. Oh, well, he was right. She wasn't going to just help us without, a try. A clingy bunch. Should have loosened it up a bit. Think again. Lee catches a reflection of red light in his peripheral and instinctually leaps in your direction. Lee? Didn't you be more worried about yourself? The head of a crystal Lamia controls jet from the nearby cliffside, in where you were standing. Lee positions you to ensure everyone is safe before firing 3 times at the distorted space next to him. Oh, should be fine. Lamia appears on a ridge near Lee with a scorched right hand. He grinds his teeth as she stares at Lee, getting embarrassed and angry for the first time. What did she expect? I would say Lee is probably the sharpest, which is why he has guns, compared to Lucia, who is more good close-up. Like, she's just in the battle. And then Liv, who is more like support. But she is support, but you can see like the bigger picture. That's just me. This is what you're after, isn't it? A gleaming white cube appears on Lee's fingertips. Akshi's key, given by Roland earlier. He has received the key before pointing his gun at Lamia. Guys with instincts are the worst. I don't know about that. Can't let Ascendant get a hold of it again. Ascendant? You really are pretty clueless, aren't you? What are you saying? I'll get nagged if I say another word. You're nowhere nearly as scary as that guy. Say as you may, I'll get what I want eventually. And this time, you're not catching me. Lamia flicks her tongue out to taunt him before disappearing into thin air. The bridge Lamia made instantly crumbles. The crystals supported him falling down crevice into the red tide. Only then do you recognize that you have been led to the polyphake's side of the platform during the battle. There goes our way back. Sorry for letting her get away. Not your fault, right? Yeah, you're about to get cooked. It isn't. Sadly, we no longer can track her whereabouts. Finding her now, with the little information we have, is going to be very difficult. We have a larger fish to catch. You're right. At least we've reached the entrance of the polyphake. Nothing can stop us now. There's still one thing that baffles me, though. You know, what you could do, I'm assuming it moves, and I'm assuming they'll have ankle capacity. I mean, they could carry me, right? Commandant. Let's say you're just hovering on top of it, right? It moves, it comes near the other side, and you just jump off and land on the other side. Maybe. What do you mean? Lamia's familiarity with the Spear of Ephesus is beyond reasonable. Even as an act, she still wouldn't be able to be that familiar with the battle system that Belenia is using for the first time. Maybe she was informed by Hakshu, like how Alpha did. Possible, but I don't think but I still think something is off. Forget it, it's pointless to worry about it now. Keep going. Alright, let's go. I still think it's Blondie. What if Ophelia? Yeah, maybe if I followed them from behind, I'll find another way to snatch Hakshu from them. Talk too much. I know, but you have to know how funny it was. Isn't that guy your brother? Or don't you just ask him if you want Hakshu for yourself? Or am I sensing another agenda here? You humans even lie to your own family. Spooky. It's not your place to judge. You can complete your task. But I'll have to get so close to the polyphake this way. I'm doing something so ridiculously risky for you. You can't be going back on what you promised me. You hear me? I'll keep my end of the bargain if you keep yours. Good. It was a lot of work playing prisoner while trying to keep the punishment progress at an acceptable level to the Great Ravens. Is that so? You seem like you were enjoying yourself. Okay, well. Okay, maybe I'm right. I don't know. So, you have made your way here. Gabrielle. Not only are Lucia's preemptive strikes easily countered by the humanoid hetero creature next to Gabrielle, but she is also pushed back several feet away. Lucia corrects her stance as she lands. Just a brief encounter has alerted her of how dangerous this hetero creature is. Even more so than Gabrielle. Is this monster another one of your creations? Creation? No, they are evolved from the will of the punishing verse. I am merely a facilitator. At the cost of betraying your master. What happened to Miss Luna was not intentional. Since the moment we discovered life in the hetero core, I've come to the understanding that the Ascension Network was aware of my wish, and it was showing me the path, a new path, to that destination. I have since been laying the foundation of my plan. I was expecting approval from Miss Luna. You should have joined me in carrying out the mission from the Ascension Network. But she disappointed me. She is no longer the perfect agent who abides by her duty. Miss Luna is lost because of Alpha and you. Are the reason she's lost. Ever since Alpha's arrival, as well as her encounters with you, Miss Luna has strayed further and further from the path of an agent. He has become sentimental. Given their bond, I was going to lure Alpha with Miss Luna, turning them both as nourishment for the Polyphage, and yet Alpha never showed. He realized what I was planning, and therefore ran away. Is that how strong a familiar bond is? Or perhaps she realized the so-called sentiments are simply illusions the human mind creates for themselves. Those of us who have forged immense vessels should have abandoned such trivial matters long ago. You have never even bothered to understand what those sentiments are, have you? Enough talking. The Polyphage's roar arrives from afar. The cliff of this underground cavern shakes from the reverberation of his cry, shattering countless pieces of rock along its walls, and they fall into the red tide. Gabriel looks up as if he is enjoying what is unraveling. This duty is indeed the most important piece of the puzzle. Even in her fall from grace, she is still a powerful agent. Once the Polyphage has fully fused with her, it will emerge from here and present to the world its significance. The other ascendants will see the virtue of my path and they will sacrifice for our kind. Or not. After that, I will take care of our last night. I will become quite troublesome if she is not dealt with swiftly. I pity you, because stood at the front of a brand new world if you could only see the truth. Alas, you shall bring offering for the end of mankind, for the Polyphage will devour you. Maybe your death would mean something. Okay, I see 2-3 devotional in one, but okay, get into it, I guess. Gabriel raises his hand, and an infinite amount of hetero creatures rise from the red tide and surround you all. Protect Miss Luna, keep them away. The ashen hetero creature spread its wings and bows to Gabriel before flying to the top of the Polyphage. That location! Soaring monsters gather and block your line of sight. Gabriel pridefully heads towards the core area. In the distance, the Polyphage roars once again, its voice shaking the earth you stand on. Everyone, prepare for battle! Prepare to get smoked! I am very interested to see how this is going to work out. Who knows? Maybe they're not going to do me like they did last time. Like they just set Miss Luna up to get yoinked. And I would hate to go ahead and have that happen. I need to finish dressing that. Well, here we go. Ah! I think I nailed it.
Is this all I have?
What is the really things that I make someone food? I don't know what, okay, there you go. Hello, Masher!
Is this all I have?
I don't know what that was, but okay. Stop.
Is this all I have? Take
I think it's better.
Be my blade!
I don't know what they're planning on fucking doing. I'm back. Elizabeth.
I won't forget. Ever.
Oh, okay, that heals me. Lovely. It was just automatically.
Take this!
No, not the monkey and the ones. No. I doubt they're gonna be easy to find any new ones. Sucks. Boo! Wait a tomato.
You could do it.
Lucia's last strike has hit the exposed hetero core. Polyphase let out a screeching circuit scream. Its attacks clearly slowed down. Okay. I have seen nothing. I have seen nothing. I am not a witness. Are you able to like maybe glue it back together? It's not gonna work as good, but I mean, it might still be connected, at least be alive. There's no stopping it, even when we wrecked the hetero cord, but they're broken beyond repair. Aww. I know they are not going to be cheap to go ahead and get new ones. Aww. Make them buy you new ones. Make them ship out the doubloons. The polyphage bellows in an odd and twisted way. You can see the damaged parts of the hetero cord repairing itself. If we don't destroy it entirely, is it just going to keep fixing itself? We might not be able to stop it the way we stopped the hetero guy. Okay. If we don't wipe it out completely, it will keep repairing itself indefinitely. Despite both being the products of the hetero core, there's one difference between the polyphage and the real hetero guy thingy. Luna. That's right. Luna may be the source of the polyphage fire and self-repairing ability. Gabrielle did say it was the most important piece of the puzzle. It seems that the only way to defeat the polyphage is to incapacitate this puzzle piece. So it is. Everyone there understands the weight of her words. Lucia clutches her sword as everyone else falls silent. Commandant, if I may, please. I am a construct, a human's blade to reclaim Earth. The Ascendants are our enemies. Why are we having a monologue? This is not the moment for this. If we agreed on it, shoot for the stars. If I try to help Luna, I'll be helping an enemy. And yet, Lucia takes a deep breath and puts her right hand in front of her chest, as though she is attesting to her decision. Even if it's baseless, even if it sounds ridiculous, even to me, I want to believe her. I'm going to leap. I want to believe that deep down, she is still the Luna who is afraid to be alone. She was waiting for someone to hold her hand. After remembering my past, I'd be wondering back. Had I held onto my sister's hand a little tighter, had I been a little bit more decisive, a little bit braver, maybe things would turn out differently. But I can't change my past. I can only move forward. Move forward and find a way to end this war. To save us all, even when we're on opposite sides. Find an impossible answer. Will you still support me, Commandant? When I won't stop believing? I will. Thank you, Commandant. I believe in precious money. Lucia slightly relaxes his grip. He breathes a sigh of relief for raising her head and gazing on his face a familiar look of determination. I fear that my choice will put you all in danger. So I want you to leave first, please. My brother in Christ, I said no! I want to see Luna again and ask her so many questions. I want to find out with my own eyes if she is still the Luna I remember. If she isn't, I am prepared to strike her down. I will not let anyone get hurt because of her again. But if it is between taking her down or saving her, I still want to save her. If we get to the top of the polyphage and try to separate Luna from it, we might have we might be able to greatly weaken it to the point where it can be destroyed. The way I see it, this has never been a path of pure destruction. Leave. If it were me, I would also want to believe in my family. We might have become constructs, but to me our bonds don't change just because of our body. Just because our bodies do. It's as good as any reason to fight. Whether speaking as a Grey Raven or just speaking for myself, I'll support you.
I've always believed in you, Lucia. Because you are strong, and you are kind.
If If Gabrielle wasn't lying about the polyphase fusing with Luna, then it'll be too late when it's completely devours her. Navigate is all we can do right now. So Lucia, please don't carry this burden by yourself. Whatever trouble is ahead, we will face it together. Lucia nods at Liv, as you all stand side by side. The polyphase will recover its mobility soon. We have to act quickly. I have everyone's back, and you have my support. Get ready and board the polyphase. Ready to approach where Luna is. We'll be exposed to the enemy's attacks if we get any closer. Commandant, at your orders. Okay, charge! Ravens, take flight! I'm just gonna stand here T-posing. Alright, do that. Despite the difference in their strength, Roland has still managed to stall Alpha long enough. It is clear who is winning by the end of the fight. The Alpha can't fathom why Roland is dead set on stopping her. You should know that there's no way you're beating me. Alpha removes her blade from the side of Roland's abdomen. Vital fluid pours out from the wound. Roland retreats backward with his hand on the wound. The weapon in his hand still blocking off his path forward. Don't be so sure. What was that? Gabrielle believes that the only way to create our paradise is become the strongest ascendant, holding absolute power in hand. Roland raises his gun and aims at Alpha. But the Ascensioner won't allow kindness and mercy in the danger. Intense hatred, pain, obsession. There where Ascendants draw their strength. Luna's strength and yours have been declining, meanwhile your wills to the Ascendant have been wavering. If we were to concede in our goal of destroying humankind and transforming Luna into the strongest agent with absolute power, then you simply must die, Alpha. Is that why you're hell-bent on stopping me? Roland lowers his gun. Nah. No, absolutely not. Liv's initial wish was to create a paradise, to stay with her sister. But as long as the Ascendant has a leash on her, Luna will never get what she really wants. It took me so long to understand what she truly desires, but it feels like she has yet to realize it. The Ascension Network has a bigger hold on her than it has on you or me. We're even in that human commandant. They are the key to her real vision. That's why I must let them go. Do you get it now? I'm not the one you should be stopping. Gabrielle is. He's the one who's been scheming all along. Using us and Luna to fulfill his so-called will of the Ascendant, that's his real goal. We need to turn him on. Roland informs Alpha of everything he knows about Gabrielle's plan. That Gabrielle, how dare he leverage all the Ascendants for this idiotic plan. Betray, abandon, and sacrifice everything for his own ambition? That just sounds like a... Where's Luna now? If I have to guess, inside the polyphase. I could have warned Luna in time and didn't expect Gabrielle to move forward with its plan so soon. But if you were also stoked by Gabrielle and tried to fight the polyphase at your current state, then forget about saving Luna. You had been devoured as well. Then no one would be able to stop Gabrielle. That's why you're guarding here. Roland shrugs, neither confirming nor denying. So stay calm. If the Grey Ravens get stomped to death by the polyphase over there, we still have time to come up with a contingency. I know what I'm going to do. I know. Oh really? Well then, I should also start moving. Gabrielle's as purist as an ascendant can be. Luna, you and I are all just tools to accomplish his goals, so. You are correct, not only Miss Luna, but you should also become tools of the Ascension Network. Roland, I do not find your treachery surprising. Gabrielle. Gabrielle steps out of the dark corner, still acting as courteous as ever. But he can hardly conceal the deranged sense of menace he is giving off. Well, he's all yours. Roland smiles again nonchalantly. He whispers something to Alpha as he passes her before leaping into darkness within the core area with the help of his chain blade. Alpha has already lunged forward with her sword out before Gabrielle can make a move. Alpha closes in, attempting to expose a weak spot on Gabrielle with a series of continuous strikes. Gabrielle is forced back, barely managing to counter her every move with his cane. He has a cane? This win. You betrayed Luna. Me? No. Luna is the one who betrayed us. And you are the reason for her betrayal. You are why she was forsaken by the Ascension Network. Why she has lost the power of an agent. Luna has never betrayed anyone of us. I'm sorry, I cannot let you leave this place. I will not let you disrupt her great estimate because of some frivolous sentiment. Alpha's sword slices across Gabriel's chest, leaving sparks flying everywhere. Gabriel rips off his tattered cloak, revealing his colossal mechanical structure. That actually kind of looks cool. It kind of reminds me of the one-eyed owl ghoul. Owl ghoul. It was the season when I took Google. I forgot how they named it, but it was there. It looks like it. If anyone watched Tokyo Ghoul, maybe you see it. You really are the biggest threat to the Ascension Network. Are you not going to save your dear sister now that the Polyphage has devoured her? I know what you're conspiring, Gabriel. You might as well have it written on your face. If I let you go now, you'll just become a larger threat to it. I go in hopes that those Grey Ravens will last long enough for me to get to them. I could not imagine you choosing to believe in those inadequate constructs. Alas, they have most likely been turned into food for the Polyphage. No. This time, I'm choosing to believe in myself, and, Gabrielle, what I'm going to do now is destroy you. Alpha lifts her katana, her eyes burning with fury. I will not forgive anyone who hurts Nina. Get into it! I was expecting to play as Alpha. We're just hopping back and forth from each story. Like newborn babies flapping their limbs, a haunted claw extrudes from the head of the Polyphage and waves around prey. The top of the Polyphage is displaying a massive energy response. That should be where Luna is. Like an immune system of a living organism, a large number of hetero creatures react to Grey Raven's arrival by overwhelming them like a flood. We can't stop here. We take care of the enemies to the sides, and I'll open us a path. Understood. Behind you! A hetero creature launches toward the two of them from behind, only to be shot down by the ray of the laser. In the back, Liv waves at you as she shoots down the creature with her mounted guns. I know we can always rely on Liv. That's why we can have each other's back. And that's why we are Grey Ravens. I feel like we're having too much dialogue right now. Before you tread upward toward the hetero, growing as fast as you can, knowing that this is a race against time. Let me have to figure out that's the Polyphage. Oh look, there's somebody on top of it.
I'll be your wings, Commandant. Your orders, please.
I marked the weak points with a spare of FOS. If only we can disable the Polyphage's arms. All we need is a couple of minutes to have a shot at getting the core. I will provide support from the rear. You can depend on me. The way forward is clear. Let's go.
Take this!
Okay. Guess that was decent. Can I go? I can.
Out of the way! Be my slave!
I find it funny that her voice is supposed to be way high pitched, way more high pitched than I just put it so deep.
Is this all I have?
You're gonna be anything but girly. Oh no. Hurry! That works. That doesn't work. Did you not do that? Okay. Are we on top? Did we make it to the top? The enemies are hatching faster than we can beat them. We're not going to get anywhere if we're locked in this endless fight. Liv and I will stay here to keep the path open. Lucia, take Commandant and breach the encirclement and get to the core. That's right. We and I can both support you with ranged attacks, so you can make use of your explosive capabilities to get through. Lucia is about to say something, but she just nods after seeing the looks on their faces. In that case, I'll be counting on you. Commandant, how do you feel about a little jump? Easy peasy. You tap your chest with your hand in a laid-back manner, giving her approval. Lucia nods at your response and readjusts her grip on her katana.
Another wave of hetero creatures approaching.
Go, Lucia. We'll let Liv and Lee take care of her up here. Commandant must keep going. Despite the many enemies ahead of her, Lucia knows the bullets and beams coming from her teammates will clear her way. While Alpha clashes with Gabrielle, Roland arrives at the underground area on the other side of the core area. The hetero creature standing in his way attack the sudden invader, only to be crushed into pieces by Roland's glistening chain blade. Roland spits out the vital fluid stuck in his throat, suddenly watching the silent monster standing in front of him. Like, it's a cool design. It reminds me of like a moth, almost. Oh, here you are. Gabrielle's hidden you here as expected. Alpha's stalling Gabrielle, so I took the opportunity to locate this place. I wonder how it's going there. Well, now is not the time to worry. The ashen cattle creature floats silently above the ground, quiet and still, looking almost like a statue. Even though he doesn't trust me completely, I managed to get enough information from Gabrielle to find out where you're staying. The cautious sort of guy, not the kind of person who'd only have one control terminal with a polyphage. You're his insurance policy. Sounds like it's time for us to exploit it. Luckily, I've been keeping tabs on him. Otherwise, no one's gonna know you're here except for him. Right, I imagine the Grey Ravens have encountered the other you regarding Luna by now. Or your sister. Do you species call each other human names? Well, it doesn't matter. What matters is you're symbiotic with that polyphage. If I destroy you here, the polyphage will fall into a brief moment of disarray from losing one of its terminals. Guessing your sister will be affected too. Not sure how big an impact this will make, nor do I know if Grey Raven will manage to seize the opportunity. Roland draws his weapon, and the head of a creature across him immediately spreads its wings, his eyes blinking a menacing red as if it has detected a threat. Which it has, but okay. But this is how it is. You don't even hesitate to fight me as soon as I show a little bit of aggression? Even if I am an ascendant, I watched you grow up, for crying out loud. I wouldn't mind a little bit of respect. I'm an uncle! Let me be your uncle! That'll sound right. Anyway, I know it won't be easy taking you down, but I think I'm ready. So while your sister is having fun with the Grey Ravens, we can have our own little dance. Your pet creature. I don't know why I made Roland like sort of zesty, but zesty Roland it is. Come on, it works.
The end is nigh. Everyone panic.
Anyway, oh, she isn't gone. Lucy could see Luna through the spirit energy core at the top of the polyphage. The revelation that Luna was an ascendant during the encounter in the Kulang metropolis has Lucy shaking back then. Her thoughts tangled up in her mind like a distorted ball of yarn. The ascendant who could manipulate the punishing virus was a far cry from the little girl who held her hand. Her idea of her sister has since become uncertain and fractured. It is only until now that Lucia has had a chance to take a closer look at the Luna in the present. I don't know why I kept trying to be like, has had a chance. Like, there's no had. Her pale cheeks are almost translucent, her brows frowned, her lips spurting brief and pressed gasp. She no longer finds the little girl that has been refitted, then reshaped by the virus, and then evolved. Lucia knows this expression. It is one she's found on Luna's face when she's left alone. She will sleep with her battered down on a cold bed, waiting for her sister as she scavenged for food. She always looked lonely and scared. Her eyelashes dotted with tears of fear as if a nightmare was haunting her. But if she hugged her and held her hand tightly, the little girl would smile with ease, readily falling asleep again in her sister's arm. Now Luna is trapped in a chamber akin to the cultivation pod, her eyes shut, her limbs bounded by the haunting claws of the polyphage. She is so close and yet so far away. Even with all her powers as an agent, she can still look so fragile. An unspeakable pain tears through Lucia's heart. She cannot help calling out her name. Luna! This is the source of the polyphage's power. You have to separate her from the core first. Lucia nods and raises a katana, ready to thrust it to the core. But then, hey there! Like a violent storm, a biting scythe cuts across Luna's right arm in a blink of an eye, launching her to the edge of the platform that contains the Polyphix core. The ashen hetero creature that appeared next to Gabriella is now descending from the air, hovering before Lucio with its wings spread. Brain needs the brain. Let it refresh. Get out of my way. Lucio swings at the creature, but it counters her strike with the same attack at almost the same angle. The hetero creature may even have the upper hand when it comes to the contest of pure strength. It's mimicking my move. Incredible photographic reflexes. No one knows that the hetero creature born from the punishing virus is self-aware, but it's pointless if we can only copy what's on the surface. Lucia takes a deep breath and adjusts her grip. Then she displays an unfamiliar battle stance, one in the vein of several different construction notes without strictly adhering to one. Benefits her folks from the last team. Let me demonstrate with my blade, and then I will destroy you. Please don't make it too hard. I'm not a good dodger. Please. On guard. I was betrayed, but no matter how painful the wounds were, I've decided to always look forward. I will embrace the future with Grey Raven, with Commander, and everyone in Babylonia. Luna, I want to share my stories with you, even if there's only darkness ahead of us. I'd like to believe in that tiny spark of hope, because it's a treasure given by those that are important to me. Nothing can replace it. I'll cut down anything or anyone that gets in my way. When everything is over, I will gently pat your head, like I used to. If we were actually doing this in a battle, I would be 6 feet deep already. Oh! Didn't even give me a chance.
Is this all I have?
Because I was attacking.
Blue, be my blade!
Nice. Can I say, any character that has scythes are just like my favorite? Oh, wait, I really got attacked. Come on. Look at that. Ugh. The ashen creature's blade splits across Lucia's flank. First, I heard the dash back with her jetpack, putting some distance between them. The punching virus it carries instantly affects her wounds, causing her severe pain, but her fight has yet to end. This is nothing. The blade-wielding figure is as awe-inspiring and determined as the first member. Lucia quickly treats her injury before pointing the blade at the hetero creature again. Ashen creature is adapting to Lucia's attacks as it is learning while fighting. Oh, we got a Maharaga on our team. Okay, that's great. But Lucia does not hesitate. She manages to distance herself again during an opening the hetero creature's attack. Before he can recalibrate, the Anselmus is already closing in with the sword out. Okay, that's smart. This time, the katana strikes the creature with a devastating blow, pushing it off the platform. This is my chance. The moment Lucia turns and heads for the energy core, the Polyphix hunts and claws reach out from behind the core, pushing towards Lucia. Lucia, watch out! Lucia is forced to stop powering an attack. The menacing arms are blade. Having lost its organ, the Polyphix cries so deafeningly that its screams thump on your eardrum, causing a searing pain. Meanwhile, the ashen hetero creature's great consciousness, stretching its wings and approaching the platform. Strong powers of Luna, the ashen creature screams excitable to Lucia, and she blocks it with the katana. If that's the case, deflecting the hetero creature's blows, Lucia finds an opportunity to throw you over 10 feet. Oh my god, catch! Okay, clearly I will catch it. It is a weapon cache Lucia put away when we were gathering resources. The activated, and the familiar looking katana ejects from the gun. Blades you are holding is an ebony katana. It is black, save for its edge, glistening in orange, having scratches and scars on it reveals a storied history. Storied history of battle. I don't know about that sentence. This is I'm counting on you, Commandant. Lucia looks over. Wait, am I fighting with the sword? I am not a sword. Lucia looks over and overviews the energy core that is approaching Luna. Then clutches her katana and puts another impending obstacle. Oh, okay, I see it. The since we don't have like a little wire cutter or whatever, we're gonna use the katana and kind of and get our girly out. You immediately understand what Lucia means. Close your palm around the grip of Anthony's blade, launching toward the conflict sport. You cut through the hunting claw blocking your way, while Lucia eliminates the one bruising from behind you, all the while finding the action head rotation. The chest aches and it continues running. And now it's not the time to stop. Press the katana to the conflict sport. Lucia yearning coat, the katana in your hand, sharpening its edge and striking its blade. Slide it deeper to the inner of the curve, deep crease and light and moving radiance when you cut it open. The polyphase releases an air-spinning roar, as the haunted claws take shape on its head and all launch towards you. And then the arms are all cut down by a chilling frost blade scattering all over the floor. Drag your katana deeper, and the crimson blow surely sharp everything. Almost. The ashen head of a creature is fully recovered. Gathers as much punishment for every execution from its surroundings and shoots out a scarlet beam as far as towards you. Lucia sinks her blade into the ground as an anchor and shields you with her jetpack. The Punisher virus slowly disintegrates and serves as the engine, but the force is pushing Lucia back. Lucia, get out of here. No! But backward now, the only way to keep everyone safe is to stop her here. I will not back down. It will never be. As the jetpack completely dissolves, Lucia's katana draws the katana from the ground, ready to block the deadly ray with her blade. One eye is water, and there's only one eye that's water. Lucia, wait, there's going to be... The beam suddenly stops, the ashen petal falls to the ground as it suddenly powered. What happened? Luna woke up. The animal creature on the ground rivers a traction. Making a hurricane twisted shriek. Following the creature's frenzy movement, Polyphase also slows down, and the Hunter Claw all stop in mid-air, frozen it if they have stopped moving in direction. I don't know if I'm the only one who gets into where you're just chilling, and then your eye just starts burning and watering, and then your nose starts running, and then you're just stuffy. It's just like, I don't know if this is supposed to be allergies or something, but I don't want it. Y'all can have it. I want to toss it off. This anomaly lasts only half a second before the head of the creature flaps its wings again, trying to reposition itself. Calbadon, down! Ignoring the crazed alarm from your punishing brain detector, you push with your last bit of strength and with the top only punctures the silky Polyphase spore. The flash of crimson the core begins to crack. No one knows what would happen if a human hand reaches inside a core, but there is only one thing you can do now. Luna! Wake up! I nailed it. The interior of the core spews out countless haunted claws, and they hold on to Luna as stubbornly as the Polyphase obsession is. Those cylinder arms attack everything they purchase, desperate to tear into everything they touch, and drag them inside. The protective suit from the brute force, mostly you are wearing, is torn away by the relentless times. The corruption index shown on your wrist is climbing rapidly. I need a pause when it's supposed to be a comma or a period because I pause and it don't make sense. I feel you no longer feel your body aching. In fact, you no longer feel your arms and legs. You do not need the maddening alarms to know that your body has reached its limit. Madness, hatred, and desire to destroy, the corruption on the mind from those Polyphase seeps into you alongside the pension burn. Yet, so does the yearning for Luna. Fall into the constant clash of Luna's mind, where pain, anger, and obsession all plunge into the gaps of your consciousness like a torrent of melted snow. You can form the consciousness into entwining yours, and as your psyche begins to weave, to the chaotic and doom fall. Complete darkness lies before you. You cannot tell if the space you are in is narrow or vast. Time stops having any meaning here, as it stretches a moment of eternity. You immediately notice a white figure in the void because, in this immense darkness, she is the only light. How did you get here? Although you have only heard her voice a few times, you instantly recognize this is Luna speaking. Lunar? The young girl in white curls up into a wall on the floor. If the darkness you are stepping on is indeed the ground, who are you? Don't you know me? It's Lucia's commandant this time. He walks towards you, not hovering for some reason, and the eyes on her Her frame looks up at you. Whatever you want to say, I get it. I know the routine now. If I don't listen to you, my body hurts. All I've wanted is for my wish to come true. All I wanted is Lucia by my side. She's no longer has to act tough or lie about the bad things in this world. I'm strong enough for both of us now. I'll carry her burden, whatever it is. She just needs to stay with me. I'll destroy this world of liars, and I'll make all the vile men pay. Okay. Men casually getting strays, but okay, I get it, I guess. Once the filtering is over, I'll create a paradise where we can live freely, a place to truly call home. And in everything that's ever hurt and upset Lucia will disappear. She and I go to the places she always wanted to go. She is still the kind of soul she was. Nothing's changed. She wouldn't tell me what it is. But the only thing that I've never regretted is finding her and getting her back to me. Luna's gaze seems to go through you, setting on something else. Generally, she smirks. Doesn't matter whose face you're donning. I know none of this is real. Stop thinking that your tricks will sway me. Make me sway. Okay, anyway, does she think I'm a projection of her mind? The boy begins to shake. The corners of Luna's clothes begin to crumble and fade into the darkness. I fear that her consciousness will soon follow suit. I'm not a projection. Then why are you here? Luna's expression changes back to the one you remember. Proud, estranged, but then fictitious and distant. Lucia is still fighting. Even in the MIND, the sound of Lucia battling head over creature comes through constantly. Every move she takes is another second to save Luna. Lucia, my sister's outside. Why is she? She is fighting for you, just like how she used to fight to protect you. As though something has hit her, Lucia braces her head with her hands. Oh, okay, I thought she was about to start screaming. What's happening to me? I was there with Gabrielle and the polyphage. That thing, it's wrong. It shouldn't exist. And then You're a side polyphage. Luna's expression shifts for the first time. She stands straight and tall. I remember now. Gabrielle was going to turn off into... I will not forgive anyone who hurts my sister. You hear the sound of something cracking in the dark, as if it has escaped the constraints of darkness, and it returns to Luna. Alpha! Yes! Luna. The voice of Alpha's call lingers in the air while the sound of Lucia's battle hits your consciousness periodically, guiding you like a beacon. Darkness tries to flood you out, rejecting your evasive psyche. You keep getting ejected from the MIND, bouncing between it and reality. As the force that moves you away intensifies, more and more voices from the outside world reach into the MID, destabilizing your hold of it. You still try your best to tell Luna your plan. Witnessing your fading shadow, Luna looks conflicted. I will take every chance to overcome this. That's why I'm going to get you out of here. And you're going to defeat the polyphage, save Lucia. Is that why you believe in this human, Lucia? Even without my full power, I should be able to accomplish that. My sister is still outside. I'm not leaving my end here. Realizing that Luna is attempting to escape, the dense fog of darkness converges around her again, striking her with its physical form. The nightmare that has been haunting her MIND is now a physical monster that rips into her body. It tries to drag her back into the abyss. You won't stop me again. The scar of her resistance torment her like a whip lashing her over and over again. Luna ignores the pain as she runs toward the only light in the darkness. Okay, I kind of like how the enemies, quote unquote, is actually kind of becoming like the good guys in a sense. Like they're trying to do something great, even if it's not exactly, good people. Your consciousness returns to the real world, and all the pain you have been holding off surfaces all at once, almost knocking you out again. However, the infection from the punishing virus is surprisingly receding, even without injecting a serum, despite the fact that you should have succumbed to it long ago. The chaos that was flooding into your mind has also stopped as something is blocking it. Your incapacitated body is now slowly recovering. What happened if you slowly inject a very, very teensy bout of punishing virus? Would you become immune after you take enough in without actually getting infected? The polyphage reacts to Luna waking up by expending all its power to suppress her mind. She winces again from the pain. So it attempts to pull her consciousness back into the abyss once more. If it succeeds, their minds will be fused forever, and Luna will cease to exist while the polyphage will gain all her power. This has distracted the Polyphig long enough for maintaining control over the Haunted Claws. The aggressive arms begins weaken, making them easy targets even for a novice sword wielder. Wait, are they calling me novice? You cut off the flapping arms and sparks fly everywhere, said the Polyphig's core. Lunar! The remaining Haunted Claws begin to cover Luna layer by layer, quivering as they try to pull her further down. Wake up! Demon, wake up! You swing and cry out her name, giving her mind something to latch on. In the desperate gamble of time and fate, the arms are still crawling and pulling. But this is where they meet their end. Hold on, plunge your katana into the Polyphig's core. Don't hit Luna. You pierce the energy core with your blade in one hand while grabbing Luna's arm with the other. Pull her up towards you. Okay, watch the silence. Let me get a little cut.
あなたは姉さんの指揮官。
Good evening.
姉さんを救える方法は一つだけ。私を受け入れて。
I did not realize. Oh, wait. I don't know. I didn't expect it to be a Okay. I did not expect there to be like a little thingy there. A little questionnaire. I wasn't even reading. Anyway, Odin has rescued Luna from the core. Noticing the source of its power removed, Ashen Hatter creature lets out a horrifying shriek and rushes toward where Luna is. I will not let you near them! The sea stands in the way of the creature's path, taking the root of the force from the impact, while she manages to stop its advance. She is also knocked down and tossed back several feet. Is this creature like Draken or something? The system alarm goes off, the warning siren blaring. Her hands are wounded from the crash, and vital fluid is leaking from this opening not to stop. It's not over. I can still fight. The ashy creature growls at Lucia again in a frenzied rage. Are you angry because your source of power is taken away? It's not an emotion you're imitating. Maybe you're a little bit human after all. Lucia gets up, standing her ground, confronting her hopelessly overpowered opponent. I've lost my sister, my home, a partner whom I trusted, a place where I belong. I've lost my conviction as Lucia. The system keeps recommending turning off the pain receptors and entering her idle state in case it goes to assault. Lucia refuses, ignoring the system's warning. She loses consciousness. Luna and you will be in an If she loses consciousness, Luna and you will be in an insurmountable amount of danger. That is why she has to use the pain to keep herself awake. The jetpack shield has disintegrated. Her power dwindling. The katana in her hand is as damaged as her frame is. And I will stand with Commandant and bring you in. I will find the answer I'm looking for. This time, I will remember. No matter how bleak this fight is, Lucia has found a reason to overcome. Lucia looks at you for one last time, and then she raises the katana toward the ashen head of a creature. Okay. Let me have my moment! Let me jam. Am I frozen? Oh, it's not. Okay.
Take this!
Dodge.
Out of the way! Is this all I have?
Oh, I got it down. Okay. Don't like everything.
Take this! Is this all I have?
I remember it's like more than one hit. Be careful. Okay. I had to be careful because if they attack while I'm attacking and then I can't dodge, it's gonna be a problem. You will not know how critical a decision you have made, as pain from the punishing virus corruption forces you to dissociate, keeping you from thinking straight. In your trance, you hear someone speaking to you. Can you tell me what is the most crucial foundation of the Commandant Construct maneuver? This is the question that a lecture of tactics and strategies asked you when you left the lecture hall a long time ago. What was it that you answered? No, that's not it. It's trust. Okay, well, either of the questions was going to be wrong. Commandant is responsible for the life of the construct, and the construct's MIND is constantly affecting the Commandant. Because of that, a construct needs to trust the Commandant's directives, and the Commandant needs to trust the construct's capability. When you lead your squad to a fight and make the call to attack, when you command your constructs, trust you wholeheartedly. They will fulfill your every order. Maybe it's not the most proper way to describe something on the battlefield, but that sounds nice, doesn't it? Only absolute trust can create a real bond between a Commandant and a construct. It's the simplest lesson, and yet most of you forget it eventually. I want you to wake up. That's one way to do it. What are you doing? The consciousness returns from your memories, and you find a lethal amount of punishment targets around you reduced to an acceptable level. You're bold enough to connect with an ascension on the Ascension network, yet you don't know what the consequences are. Commercial, I guess. Yeah, maybe not. I corrupted mine probably. Why did you do it? Because of trust. What is it that you trust? How much you miss your sister? Dread, agony, hate, thoughts crashing into your mind may be chaotic, but one sentiment stands out from the rest. Like an untamed, tainted ray of moonlight gleaming into the darkest depths of the consciousness. It is the purest form of yearning. Lucia trusts you in the same way. She trusts that she will find her sister in you. She's still fighting you now for a way to save you. That's why I don't want to let her down. Is that so? Luna closes her eyes again, sensing a new pathway on her mind where her power is being steered. The power is being directed away. The Crimson Punishing Virus converges on Lucy's unceasingly, repairing the damages on her frame bit by bit. Luna opens her eyes. The incision that would considers you to be extremely dangerous, massively increasing my power to counter the influence from the mind beacon. She reaches out a hand to you, and you can see a subtle crack on it. As the connection deepens, the status of Luna's frame is transmitted to you. She is disintegrating as she is being put back together. Breaking and mending the two forces collide with then Luna. You can tell from your small thread of connection that she is in no state to keep fighting. The punishing virus that comes out from the mind beacon is being intercepted by Luna before it lands. Her MIND deviation is on the verge of reaching its breaking point, yet she articulates what she wants to say with the utmost clarity. Maybe there could be a different path ahead of us, one that I haven't thought of. Maybe there are more possibilities for the future, where people like you exist. Maybe it's too late to understand that now, but it's enough. Now let me unleash all my power I have left to show you what I'm capable of. Luna takes a look at the ashen head of a creature confronting Lucia. You poor, pathetic mistake born from the rotten path. Let me offer you your eternal rest. Okay.
Warning, success.
これがあなたの力。
We get voice acting. Get into it, we get cutscene.
これが姉さんがずっと感じていた力。
Ooh.
いいわ。
I was sort of expecting the eel.
あなたの信頼に応えてあげる。今こそ全てを終わらせる。
That was good. Let me not be mean. Not be mean. Deep underground. Oh, how things have changed. Nolan sits at the bottom of the crater, watching the red tide pouring down from the broken pipes. Beside him lies the other ashen head of a creature, now completely lifeless. He picks up his broken left arm, trying to match it up where it fractures from his shoulder, putting it down disappointingly. That arm won't fit, and I can't climb up the shallow hole. Last time I was this messed up was when that Babylonian kid chased me. That's why. I suppose I'm familiar with people lying at the rock bottom, desperate and hopeless. Usually I'd be the one standing up there looking down. Can't say this hot-headed bravado suits me very well. Whether do I trust someone else, but please don't let me down. Making Luna to Grey Raven is just the first step. Really ought to figure out what to do next. Just realize what it is that she truly wants this time. Long before my next trip. I wanna take a nap. No, wait! It's how you slid out of frame. It's how you slid out of frame. Beneath the thunderous crashes of the red tide, Rose slowly closes his eyes. He really said, and then my head hit the wall. Boom. A crumbled piece of the polyphake has formed a triangular shaped cavity. All of a sudden, something moves the heavy fragmented part away, revealing what is buried underneath. A human and a construct, both heavily injured, lie on the ground, both trying to shield the other from harm. They look miserable. The space before the unconscious Lucia warps and twists, as if a pair of invisible hands are running over her body, making a rustling sound. Lucia frowns. Her hand instinctively reaches for the hilt of her blade, yet her frame has long run out of power at this point. She can no longer move. Something is being taken from her. A glistening white cube glows in the dark before it vanishes into thin air. Well. I was saying Lemia didn't finish her job. The whole place is going to fall on top of you guys if you don't wake up soon. Well, you know, I think it's way too much trouble to help you guys. I won't be doing this if someone is threatening me. The comms terminal you carry suddenly emits the sound of connection. Slowly open your eyes amidst the falling rocks. Tell you it's Blondie! It's Blondie! Tell you! A lightless night. Lucia recalls that she has also dragged her bruised body forward in the abyss in the past. To survive. To escape. To the home that awaits her. But does she keep going on when everything is lost? Why will she not die? Perhaps because of a belief. A belief that if she just takes one more step, she will reach the light that has once been described to her. And I don't deny it. Lucia's last memory is the blinding white light she saw when Lynn destroyed the polyfix cord. What happened afterward? Are you awake? The mind of the woken Lucia is still in a state of confusion. She quickly realizes that she is being carried. Hamadan? What are you doing? Let me down! No! Don't worry. The exoskeleton from the support force, you could just barely carry her and walk. But yeah, she's gotta be heavy. Then I think about it, because she's got like full metal practically. But you're also badly injured. Lucia looks back and finds the polyfake buried by the collapsed car. Luna, Commandant, where is Luna? I said Lucia. I'm calling myself. I call it. Did she escape or did she? I don't know. Lucia turns around, but she cannot find the answer she is hoping for in the ruin of the colossal monster. But she seems to have noticed something and quiet down. Another violent quake occurs, and the stone cliff beneath your feet collapses, sending you into a fall. Commandant! Lucia just catches your hand as she drops. Underneath the two of you lies the deadly red tide. Hey, this way! A rope appears out of nowhere and lands right next to Lucia. She immediately holds onto it, saving both of you from a fatal fall. On a platform in the distance stands Bridget in the support force. Let's go. Bridget? Surprise! It's a rope gun. You can always count on these antiques in a life or death situation. Let me help. Let's get them out quickly. The whole place is going to collapse any second. Lucia, are you and Commandant alright? Yeah, I'm fine. As good as we're gonna get, at least. Lucia nods before turning back and staring at the crumbling chasm. Luna's figure is nowhere to be seen, almost as if she has never been there. I have a feeling her body was actually taken after he got what he wanted. I'm telling you, it's Blondie. I mean, if we take a hint, Lamia did say brother, and we know who brother is, so you can't tell me otherwise. Lucia does not look away until the rocks in the underground cavern fully intone the entire space and conceal it from your visions. Exploration level. Local files. Oh. Interesting. I'll check that out later. But the story is more important. It is time. It's time to go to 14. Let's go. Okay. Oh, we're playing as... What is his name again? I'm trying to find his name. I have no clue. Imprisoned sights. Should we be worried? Overcoming countless adversities and witnessing just as many lay down their lives, the intrepid heroes continue to search for hope on this most harrowing journey. Most people do not know that this journey would be unworthy of adulation. From the moment they set forth, they were doomed to a life entangled in shadows. Reading this file is shrouded with deceit. The names of the heroes remain unknown. Perhaps we only survived because we knew nothing. Lucy just swipes her battle log, lost in thought, stopping at a location on Earth surrounded by ruins. On the wall of the ruins, she sees a mysterious piece of synthetic paper containing this excerpt from an unknown novel. This most harrowing journey. Completing their underground mission at the C-75 and installing the bit domain nodes, Raven had already returned to Babylonia for several days now. I'm not gonna lie, like, if I find a job that has me, like, come in when they need me, and then I just get, like, paid time off or whatever, that would be lovely. But I know no job actually exists like that. Like, or, don't even have to have paid time off. You get big Wadigo dollars for, like, 2 to 4 days, and then off for however long before they call you back in. Like, that would be nice. Anyway, however, Lucy remains in the preparation room reviewing training material from the battle log database only because their new mission had ordered them to remain here on standby. Although such respite is a luxury, the fact that everyone else is working double duty while the only Grey Ravens sit idly in the preparation room requires no further explanation, all because they do their job good. Seems like the decision to postpone the investigation of the Commandant's insubordination has to do with more pressing military concerns. You have tried to apply for other missions and even spoke with previous contacts. Regardless, the response across the board was just take a few days off. Yes, yes. After all of that, you practically get corrupted and practically get thrown for a loop, you know. They said throw it in a circle and you get thrown into a square. I would say take a few days off, you know, recover. Practically lost an arm. But even when the team tried to go out and enjoy this much needed R&R together, they were met with a sneaking suspicion. Rest and recovery. Is that art? I'm gonna look it up. I'll look it up later. Whether it was the dubious behavior of people in the plaza or cameras following them as they passed by, they all silently stated the same fact. They were prisoners in a cage. Affirming this, they ordered everyone to return to the preparation room. The team had planned on discussing the current state of events in a more familiar setting, but upon returning to the preparation room after the brief outing, they found that the Raptors reserve had miraculously disappeared. Only some basic equipment and daily necessities remained. I have a feeling it's because we didn't bring back the key. Just as you go to ask the staff about the situation in the preparation room, you are escorted away and have yet to return. It's been almost 2 whole days now. Don't panic, it's okay. Lucia looks at the clock on the bottom of the terminal, frowning slightly. We need to monitor memory replay caused by the corrupted mind beacon. This is what one of the unfamiliar personnel had said to her as they escorted you away. Lucia wants to accompany you or at least keep an eye from a distance. But the personnel comes prepared. As soon as she opens her mouth, one of them suddenly drops a large stack of inspection reports and work certificates in front of her, the contents of which contains a series of stringent terms and warnings. Right as the unfamiliar personnel leave, Leaf firmly clenches his fist. This is unfair! This is wrong! Did you see what was on the reports just now? Yeah, not like I disagree with any of it. They're not trying to pull the wool over our eyes. They're just putting extra emphasis on some possibly dangerous symptoms. There's no need for more medical treatment without any signs or symptoms, but they are within reason to monitor the Commandant's condition. Oh, is it because... Oh... It's because we were, like, submerged in the red tide. Okay, I thought they were, like, kind of salty that we lost the key, and they were like, you know what? Possible traitor. There's a thought. I'm not talking about the contents of the report. I mean the doctor's signature. Kugawa. Even though it's just the first name, I've seen his handwriting in the database. Kugawa has already joined Kurono as a doctor during the Great Excavation. Now that Kurono is a part of Babylonia, he rarely makes his presence known. Even still, their bond is unbreakable. They carry out covert operations to this very day. Do you think being assigned to the Commandant's director is a coincidence? If that's the case, why does it seem like so grayed out? Why does he look so grayed out? Is my eyes failing me? If that's the case, there should still be a familiar face or two among the people that took the Commandant away. Not to mention, even if that was the case, neither the President nor Silica gave us cause for alarm. That would mean something is prohibiting them from making a move for the time being. plot thickens. The plot thickens. Do they look grayscale to you? Am I tweaking? I'm so confused. Lucia glances around the now slightly more spacious room, suppressing her worries deep within her heart. She returns to gaze to the yellow synthetic paper on the holoscreen. We only survive because we need nothing. As she reads the passage silently, images from her battle with Alpha fill her mind. That was when you chose to trust her. That was when she saw fragments of Alpha's memories as their minds merged. That was when she finally saw her suppressed memories and the truth. The truth. She may have unlocked the deepest recesses of her memory, but that does not mean that she has been looking at the whole picture. Who has not experienced something like this? Even if you remember the entire conversation you had with someone, you have no way to peer into their heart to understand the true meaning behind their words. Even if you fully restore the many paintings of your memories, you have no way of knowing what lies beneath the thick layers of paint. As for the whole truth, she still remains uncertain. However, based on what Alpha said, Babylonia sus. Whether it's Luna or me, being chosen by the Ascension Emperor was just the starting point. The beginning. The end! Finally muttering to herself, she meticulously recalls the memory fragments that Alpha had left in her mind and attempts to place the puzzle pieces into her memory. Ever since it became a construct, I thought Luna was dead. She opens the notepad on the screen and organizes her thoughts while jotting down a few keywords. I only recently found out that Luna is still alive, seeing that Alpha stands at her side as an ascendant. And her sister. Lucia writes in her notes, Alpha was likely discovered by Luna when she was suffering from severe punishing corruption. That's when she became an ascendant. Based on my understanding of me, the choice to become an ascendant is not made out of seeking pinches of power. Was it because she couldn't return to Babylonia, or was it because she saw Luna again? There are other possibilities, of course, but nothing substantial enough to steer me down that path. Sure, the me back then must have believed that becoming an ascendant would lead to a better tomorrow. After all, if she was suffering from such severe punishing corruption, the only option were to become an ascendant or join the horde of corrupted. That must be it. The choice must have been made on the basis of numerous factors pushing her down the opposite path. She is calling this the starting point. What's next? She searches the information from the memory fragments in her mind and recalls Alpha's voice as she calls out to her comrades. Girl, Jun, Hero. She tried looking for them before she regained her memories due to an uneasy feeling. She has attempted to trace the whereabouts of her 3 comrades, only to discover that their names have been registered among a list of martyrs. The chilling description of perished in the fight against the corrupted. And that was it. The trail went cold before it even began. While Lucia is deep in thought, a stern expression covers Lucia's face as she suddenly strokes a lock of hair on the right side of Lucia's head with a fingertip. Wait, my question is, didn't he put his consciousness into the network so that he could get placed into a different body or something like that? Austin. Okay. I guess. After seeing this peculiar gesture, Lucia quietly moves the screen to cover her notes with the battle records. Lee has his head down as if concentrating on the thing in his hand. His gaze is firmly fixed on the doorway. I feel like Lee would be very good at Rubik's cubes. I don't know why, but that's just the thought that came into my head. The guards have changed 17 times since this morning. Whether or not this is due to precautions made by the trio, the guards have yet to enter. That is suspicious. Shortly after you left yesterday, they received an anonymous encrypted message on the Lee's terminal. Be carefully, act cautiously, refrain from doing anything for now. When it's daylight, to inspect the room. The trio is suspicious at first, but given previous events, they are not entirely in disbelief. In the morning, the group had cleaned the room. Doing so, they uncovered several bugs that were planted by the intruder. Only then was the remaining disbelief abated. Lee has quietly moved some storage crates to specific positions in the corners while Liv has draped your coat in a peculiar spot. Oh, someone's trying to get them to no, they're trying to overhear conversations of the other crew to try and get something on them. Once the corners with those little gifts had been blocked, guards began showing up at the door out of nowhere. The trio discusses quietly amongst themselves. They decide to remain in the preparation room and rest. That way, they will not draw any suspicion while they wait for your return. We only survived because we knew nothing. Why is this happening? because the Commandant violated military orders during the last mission, but he said they weren't going to look into that for the time being. So it's just an excuse to buy time? Do people really think we just let Luna go and that would keep her whereabouts a secret? I told you! They thought they were traitors. Even Hassan and Nagala thought it was necessary to deal with it now while the war still rages on. They would have chosen a more appropriate method to go about all this. At the very least, an arrest warrant would have been served rather than letting the Commandant be taken away by those people on the grounds of monitoring. But there has been nothing of the sort ever since this all started. Perhaps it is as Lee has mentioned. They are also trapped in an invisible web and need to be even more cautious than the Grey Reapers resting in the preparation room. If that's the case, what does this web known as Kodano want from the Commandant? That's crazy. Whether it's Luna or me, being chosen by the Ascension Net room is just a starting point. This is crazy. Are we now forced to stand here at this new beginning too? Afwa. Suddenly a familiar voice in the corridor greets the unknown inspector standing outside the door. However, the door between them makes it hard to discern who the voice belongs to. Alright, I do it! Lucia turns her head to look at Lee, eyebrows lightly knit. Looks like she is right. Murray is speaking with the inspector. Maybe they know each other. Lucia asks as she turns up her audio module sensitivity slightly. Hey, fancy seeing you here. Are you guys here to, what are you two up to today? Even though the trio cannot see what's going on outside, they can hear the contemplation in his voice as if someone is stopping him from saying too much. Sounds like the person standing outside is just someone following orders. Her judgment is not based on her personal understanding of Murray, but on her common understanding of the position. Lucia listens to the conversation outside closely and attempts to pick up any clues from the casual interaction. Sorry, am I interrupting your conversation with someone? After all, you look... Oh, you only report if anything happens. Gotcha, I just didn't want to interfere with your work. Looks like he's just a scout. The other party lowers his voice and says something to Murray that even her sensitive audio module cannot pick up. Perhaps he only mouthed a response and made a gesture. Of course! Glad I'm not bothering you. You guys have been working late the last 2 days. When are you off? The man inside the door responds quietly, to which Murray gives a genial and polite laugh. So you're not off until you get results. Well, keep up the hard work. Not. Are they not on a surveillance mission? Are they looking for something? Alright, I'll stop prodding you about your mission. Can I get some afternoon tea? Your favorite cafe is back open. Favorite cafe? That must mean he's speaking to a human. Alright. Is Kugawa off today? When I invite him, a stern look washes over the faces of the trio standing in the preparation room. The Kodano henchman following orders is pacing outside the Grey Raven preparation room, searching for some sort of results. The trio speculated that the current situation may have been due to violating the military orders during the last mission. Suspicion over a private link with Luna, or even because of serious symptoms from mind-beacon corruption. Based on the current information, this appears to be the worst-case scenario. Seems like a plot that had been in the works for quite some time before only coming to fruition. Just like that, Murray was able to convey this fragment information to the trio inconspicuously through just the right volume of chit-chat, and with that Murray laughs with the guard as they both walk away. Once no more movement can be detected from outside the door, Liv takes her hand off the desktop, receiving the signal the other two begin to relax a bit. But to this point, Lucia never thought she would need to use such a tactic. The Grey Raven's preparation room shakes her head gently and looks back at the screen. She presses her hand on the side of the screen, opening up a hidden data file on the terminal. These were the records and data she quickly searched when she began to feel a disturbance in her memory. However, at the time, she could only access the external data due to defy encryption. After recovering her memory and returning to Babylonia, Lucia asked Lee in confidence to copy the data onto her terminal and decrypt it. At heavy surveillance, Lee has hastily decrypted a portion of the file. Once decrypted, Lucia had obtained a casualty report. However, aside from the list of casualties for that week, being several times longer than normal, including Moro and Neptune, was like a period out of the ordinary. Lucia searches the newly recovered memories and her idea. She cross-checks the name of soldiers and comrades in her memory with the names on the list. All of the names that she can recall appear on the list, each marked with their chilling cause of death. However, aside from those familiar names, she sees several names she does not recognize at the same time of the death. Those are... Names include 5 commandants, their squad, and dozens of researchers. Not only Revenge, but 5 other commandants and their squads as well. Wait, why are all the researchers marked with a lab incident for the Project Winter as their cause of death? Lucia looks at the undisclosed Project Winter and meticulously reads the data on each of the researchers. They took him out. They killed him. Anyway, most of the researchers were transferred from Kurano, but a select few are listed as confidential. As Lucy continues to read through the file, she discovers the two other researchers had died more recently than the others. This casualty report is still being updated, but would they be recorded along with those that died a long time ago? Lucy begins to connect the dots in her heart. She looks back at the Project Winter, but even in this project, she cannot figure out anything purely based on the name alone. Perhaps this is just a point. Thinking for some time to no avail, she looks back at the 2 researchers on the roster. She notices that they worked in the Science Council up until their death. Their names were Anne and Rand. Oh my gosh, they're twins! If they were members of the Science Council, maybe Asimov knows a thing or two. She wants to ask him about it, but then remembers the message she received. Speak carefully, act cautiously. Lucia looks up to see Lee reading the terminal as she assembles a tiny robot. After decrypting the data, he resisted the urge to speak several times as if he had a suspicion about the identity of who sent the anonymous tips. Who sent the message? Whoever it is, we need to tread lightly. Lucia stifles her concern once more, then turns to look back at the screen. Oh, 11:55 a.m. So close, so close. It is 1:55 a.m. actually. Take one more. Anyway, what's the situation? Same as last time, the specialists are gathered around I was about to call it Rover's Sly, performing a test. I went to have a look a few times, but their act and their documents are both pretty much foolproof. Couldn't find any way to get Sly out of there. Can we do what we did last time and have people from the Star of Life provide treatment? Their people infiltrated the rings ages ago. Without fixing the fundamental issues, they'll just take Sly somewhere else to be monitored. We'd better just leave it to Asimov. Putting his mind to some other important matter, Hassan lets out a nearly imperceptible sigh. Ever since this mess has started, the other project has been put on hold. It was supposed to be top priority, but all these disasters keep distracting our wunderkind. If we involve the Science Council in non-technical matters at a time like this, I'm afraid it will only make matters worse. I hope he can solve those complicated technical issues to the point of being able to pass it off as to his subordinates. How about the others? Same old, same old. We can't keep going like this, Mr. President. Before he can respond, a young staff member walks in and salutes. A different design. I kinda like it. How is Sly holding up? Seems like everything is normal. What do you mean, seems? According to the report given by experts, Sly periodically falls into a state of comatose, decreased subconscious activity. During breakfast, Sly just stares at a cup. Last night, the Commandant was pacing around the room. She didn't look normal, at least. Even normal people would do this sort of thing if they have no way to keep themselves entertained or sleep. Anything else? They submitted an application claiming that Sly violated military orders due to the issues they are currently looking into. If it continues on like this, constructs linked with the Commandant may also begin to exhibit abnormalities. So, he takes out a small chip and hands it to the exhausted Hassan. So they need to monitor the Commandant for a few more days. Correct. Hassan takes the chip and nods. He watches as the staff turns and leaves. Don't start turning them off. Mr. President! I was worried this was going to happen. You mean the effect of mind-beacon corruption on Sly? No, the Commandant's symptoms are minor. They didn't worsen during ground operations either. It's a far cry from when Commandants were corrupted in the past. We can now determine that Sly has built up a resistance to my corruption. That's precisely why people are more worried. That's a good thing. That actually answered my question. He built a resistance. It seems like he can. I should take a note from it. We haven't found out who leaked the Commandant's mission report, but now we know that Hakushi's detected the Commandant's potential ability to link with descendants. It was Blondie. I wasn't expecting Hashi to find the back door the first time. Like Grey Raven used the sphere of FOS. This is worse than I thought. Asen holds the chip in his hand, lost in thought as he looks out into the vast cosmos. All this monitoring is just false pretense. The Commandant's resistance to mind corruption is just their window of opportunity. How long can those sharks wait in the depths when they smell blood in the water? How many more people must be sacrificed this time? Silence hangs over the bridge. Seneca opens her mouth in preparation to speak, but she finds herself unable to muster a response. Even after processing the reports for everything that has happened, she only has a rough idea of what was unfolding. Nicola once told me the squad was a close-knit bond. With a close-knit bond would end up like Kizaku. He didn't outright say it, but I could tell by the look in his eyes that he was worried the squad wouldn't go rogue. Whether it's because we cherish their talent or to prevent them from going rogue, we cannot hand over Sly. At least not until we are sure that Sly is safe from whatever it is they're planning. In that case, it's not that I'm unwilling to get involved. Regardless of personal reasons, they're still loyal to whoever is pulling the strings, just as they are to their respective posts. Eliminating all of them would only make it more difficult moving forward. We need to come up with a more clever plan to get us out of this stalemate. We need people willing to fight for this cause without drawing their attention. We need to think of a way to give Sly some time to rest. If this continues any longer, anyone would succumb to exhaustion and drop their guard. Regardless of mind-breaking corruption, this is a common tactic in interrogations. As soon as Sly falls into their trap, the situation will no longer be under our control. Looks like we'll need someone else for the upcoming mission. Indeed, these past few days have been quite the ordeal. The Sly returns to the squad and rest up for a while. Who are you going to give the recon mission to? Let the nearby task force scout the surrounding area. As for the core region, leave that to Shrike-Hawk. The scout team is ideal for conducting reconnaissance. Wan Shi proved himself. Yes, Wan Shi. My bad. I sip. Proved himself on the mission to deploy bit domain nodes. Plus, he's more familiar with that area. And after seeing Sly take full responsibility for acting alone, he's been keeping a close eye on the Commandant. Compassion is weakness. I understand this, and so do they. Leaving Wan Shi here only gives them a target. There's no Anyway, there's no point in getting Shrike-Hawk involved just yet. So I have seen viable intel from the bit domain node, and Wan Shi's actions complied with regulations. They shouldn't have shouldered the blame. Some people believe that Wan Shi was following the Commandant's orders. After all, they were together. Even if they can make amends, the law must still not be broken. If one person gets away from breaking the law, anyone blindly trusting their own ability will surely follow suit. At least that's the official statement, correct? Originally, there was a way for Sly to avoid punishment. But now some people want to impose additional charges to force Sly under their control. I've done a lot. Oh, because they're jealous that I'm just that capable. Stop, you're gonna make me jealous. I've done a lot behind the scenes, but ensuring that Sly only has to endure confined treatment put me at my limits. Asen turns around and walks out along a path that has been worn into a luster over time by the crew. We have a meeting coming up. Where are you going, sir? Postpone it for half an hour. There are some things I need to confirm. I don't want to be here. 11:25 a.m. Okay, we're rewinding time. Half an hour before okay, I was about to say, because it said 11:55 before. Half an hour before receiving the new mission, Chrome steps into a spacious confines of the closed laboratory 5 minutes early. He pushes open the door to the dark room and greets Asimov, who's sitting among an array of holo screens. Right on time. Head down, Asimov gives Chrome a simple acknowledgement. The capsule beside him contains a new frame currently in stasis. Oh, that's right. What are we testing this time? I debugged your new frame according to the data obtained from the last combat simulation. I re-established the virtual link for you to give it another try. Understood. As I'm already familiar with the procedure, Chrome plugs the cable into the back of his neck. Let's begin. I don't know which voice I'm gonna give him. Wait, isn't Chrome the commandant of a
war can be won in an instant.
No, he doesn't have a... Maybe I need to hear his voice a little more. He doesn't seem to have an accent. The ritual link has been set up successfully. The operating environment is stable. carry on with the test. Okay. Ooh. Do I get that? Enemies have been defeated and move towards the destination. Direction! Regular battle testing complete. Now conducted other testing. The system will give you a lot of signal words. Use the include suit cross shield. Remove the damage dealt by enemies involved in the following tests.
Don't be out of my sight. They call me Fate. I saw this coming.
I really like this. I
Don't
don't
move out of my sight.
Imagine Watanabe, Chrome, and like one other. Proceeding to the next step of the test. Press and hold the attack button to enter Frost Spirit mode. All shields will be the same, but all attacks can invalidate the damage dealt by the enemies. Okay. Okay, say hold.
This will pave the path to victory! They call it Fate.
That's not too bad. It's not too bad, I'm not gonna lie. Am I really gonna use it? If I get him, no. Not really. Warning, reporting difficult enemy data. This will be the last step of the test. Okay.
This will pave the path to victory! Don't move out of my sight.
Do you actually have a character that moves? It's got me really interesting. Well done, you can disconnect the test system from the database. If you want more accessories, you can call up the data with the copy next to it.
An excellent move, Commandant.
Oh no, he does have accent. Okay. An excellent move, Commandant. It sounds like he serves you tea on a deli Saturday morning, like, I don't know. Chrome opens his eyes to see the familiar dark room as an Asimov's solemn face. You've been working hard, Asimov. How is the test data? You've reached a high enough degree of synchronization and proficiency to pass the test, but the core issue still hasn't been addressed. Asimov clenches his fist and closes his eyes. Chrome has never seen such an expression, seemingly infallible scientific genius. I want to give him a head pat. Is there anything I could do to help? Asimov grabs the mug on the table, swallows a mouthful of cold coffee, shakes his head in a trance. I will have to have a microwave next to me, right? To stick my it might end up burnt in the next hour. To stick my coffee into, I cannot keep cold coffee. Ugh, especially if it started off hot. This frame uses technology similar to that of Lucia Plum. I know. Before signing the agreement and applying to participate in the experiment, he fully understood the principles and risks of the project. But Asimov's expression does not stem from the achievements of his research, but rather the cost. Lucia was reborn as Plume after sustaining life-threatening injuries during the Battle of the Kulon. Asimov had explained that she lost her original memory during the upload process. Despite having the backup of her memory, reintegration would have only caused a sense of alienation. Plume has not had any issues since then, and Lucia's memory still remains intact. Recently, she seems to have completely regained familiarity toward her memories and has gradually overcome the impacts of the transfer process. The original agreement stated that there might be similar risks, but the main purpose of the experiment was to result in negative effects of frame transferal. Are you referring to the risk mentioned in the plan? No, the plan only mentioned the hypothesis we made at the beginning of the experiment, but as this experiment continues, I've discovered that the technology still has a lot of issues that remain unsolved. To give you a simple idea, imagine filling a bottle with rocks, then casting it out to sea. It'll probably... would it? No, it would probably sink to the bottom. Even though your MIND, aka the bottle, is stable and able to retain all of these rocks, when uploaded into the frame, will be inoperable, much like how the bottle would sink to the ocean floor. Okay. I know how to do physics! Whee! Lucia was able to synchronize with the frame without any adjustments due to additional data from... because the data is compatible with her, just like the frame itself. Additional data. That's classified. I'm not at liberty to say much more. However, Asimov knows that specialized frames are special not only because they are created on the basis of all the data accumulated by Graven thus far, but also because they contain data from the Ascendant Alpha. When Lucia earnestly returned to the battlefield, she failed to ask a question that was deliberately hidden. Where did you get these Ascendant's data? The answer was out of hope to put an end to this calamity, but was also to give rise to human strife. Ever since Lucia was uploaded into the frame, the Science Council has been collecting various data on Plume. We made numerous adjustments, which allows you to safely establish the ritual link. However, only you can do it. That's because your specialized Inver device and MIND are inherently more stable. That's why I invited you to participate in this program. What risk are we most likely to face now? Your MIND is likely to experience any number of serious cognitive side effects. Promising this aside, you may experience MIND deviation, much like how the bottles would sink to the bottom of the ocean. If it were to continue any further, you may experience MIND corruption. At that point, you would lose control. Anything goes after that. If you don't know what that's like, you can speak with Sly later. It's fine, I've read about it in the reference materials. There's no sense in bothering the Ray Raven Commandant. However, since your specialized Inver device has allowed you to serve as the Commandant of Strikehawk, you're not the only one at risk. If your MIND experiences any deviation or corruption, any squad member linked with you will also be affected. Wait, that shows that we're perfectly fine. Because Lee, Liv, and Lucia. I find it funny that all of them start with an L. Anyway, are perfectly fine. They're chilling. Until we resolve whatever is making your MIND susceptible to corruption, I can't let you use this frame. Chrome glances back at Asimov, who is looking at a large stock of files, ruminating about how to improve the Fang. I'm no scientist, but I think the core problem is data compatibility with my MIND, or as you put it, rock sinking into the bottle. Would it be possible to attach additional equipment to isolate it in parallel with the bottle? Oswald thinks for a moment and stands up. If to say Eureka, then walks to the side of the lab and begins looking at something on terminals. Rosetta, the research data from her transfer between the Centaur and the humanoid frame. The terminal's high processing speed, Asimov quickly finds the target file. He pulls out a chair in front of the monitors and begins to work studiously. I assume that's correct. Seeing his bleak demeanor begin to reside, Chrome politely dismisses himself. I'll get going. Let me know if you need help calibrating his frame. Understood. He responds without lifting his head from his work. Up until Chrome closes the door, all he can hear is Asimov moaning to himself within the lab. Is that a breakthrough, Rand? And I won't let your sacrifices be in vain. It seems indeed Asimov knows about these two. With the sound of footsteps outside the lab fades into the distance, Asimov opens an encrypted file on Plume containing alpha data, sent to him early on by some people. The method caused that potential dangers requiring such data had been deliberately stricken from the record. Perhaps only when all of this comes to light will the truth behind these anomalies finally be revealed. Hello, Chrome! After leaving the closed lab, Chrome receives a notification from Silica on his terminal. I hate the fact of the matter that they're looking at everyone but Murray. Murray was there with Asimov. He was trying to get into the Grey Raven's business. For dear's life. Oh, hello, welcome back. Welcome back. There's not much that you've missed. Us folks almost got corrupted. Saved everybody, Luna disappeared, and now we're being held hostage by our crew. There's been a change to the search and rescue mission. Since it's been assigned on such short notice, time is of the essence. Gather your squad and board the transport craft in 40 minutes. Mission details have been uploaded to your terminal. Let me know if you have any questions. Chrome opens the mission details and quickly scans the incel. The new mission is to enter the Logness blast zone to search for abnormalities. It may appear to be an ordinary recon mission, and after you evacuate it, we suddenly detect a high punishing concentration within the area. Suddenly, looking more shitty. Why? Correct, the specific location and concentration fluctuate greatly. Maybe it's just a false positive caused by various regional and climate factors, or maybe there's something hiding down there. Considering the potential risk, this mission is best left in good hands. Chrome scrolls down the intel log and notices a small line of gray text at the bottom. This text has been transferred from Graven to the Strikehawk. This was originally assigned to Graven. Lai is indisposed and unable to perform missions for the time being. The memory flashbacks put the Commandant out of commission. Very long story. Sure you want to hear it? I don't know. I mean, if it makes you feel better. Libica hesitates for a moment before realizing why Chrome would know about it. Seems like Lan Shi sensed something wrong with Sly, correct? The Commandant's condition has something to do with that. The phrasing of something filled Chrome's mind with doubt, but asking about it directly probably would not elicit a response. Understood. This is about you, brother. Oh. Siblings doing non-sibling things? Or doing too much? I'll rally the team. Chrome terminates the call, but before he can issue an assembly order to Wan Shi and Kamui, communication prompt flashes again. Oh, who is this? John. Okay, hold on. Hey, hold on. The design is so different. I received the test results. Due to the risk and restitutes involved with the frame terminal experiment, John Smith had also received a notice as the co-signer. Took in most of his things. Oh, sorry to hear that. Got a memorabilia. Careful, you're playing with fire. You can always back out of the experiment if you need to. I appreciate the concern, Mr. Smith. Be sure to tread carefully, but with great risk comes great reward. What do you have coming up? You will be reassigned to a mission meant for Grey Raven. I'm going to assemble the team and proceed to the target. Grey Raven. It's like they're in over their heads this time. Because of the Commandant's illness? From what I've gathered, illness is only an excuse for the Commandant to be monitored. Why is being monitored? Yes, but that's just the start. Grey Raven has a lot of trouble coming their way. Not only are they dealing with this mysterious illness, you've also got people trying to uncover their past transgressions in order for Grey Raven to be a stepping stone on their road to success. Past transgressions? Why is that? These people are planning on using the Commandant's condition to put them out of service. But the Commandant still hasn't slipped up, so they have to put their plan on hold. Like he says up, they tried to stop Grey Raven by claiming that they have violated military orders and a private connection with the Ascendant's leader, or that they are keeping her whereabouts a secret. A private connection with the Ascendant leader? No Commandant can do that, and I don't believe Sai is harboring the enemy. It's just a possibility, apparently. The Hakushu in the enemy's hands determined that Sly resisted my anti-corruption and connected to the Ascendant. I got his TV and PS5. He says he couldn't handle me beating his ass, and he stabbed the 3 holes in the TV. Jump him. Respectively. Jump him. That ain't right. That is not right at all. I mean, I'm pretty sure whoever sees you would understand. Okay. Mom won't let me. Boo! Boo! The mom should beat him. I'm sorry. Let it. That ain't it. That's not it. Like, that is a, I don't know. I would say try to stick it in a, well, they don't have big enough safes to protect the items. I would say to go ahead and try to see if you can get it repaired, but it'll probably cost way more to get it repaired than anything. You sure? That was so wrong. Gonna send him to like a rehab place because he's a dick. Oh, well, that's even worse. Bruv. Well, hopefully it helps him. You'll be able to keep whatever else you have intact, respectively. But I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I would say you have right to be upset though. I just feel like a good old lock and some tings to that door of yours. And just keep them out, because I'd be worried if you leave the door open and then he decides to destroy some other stuff. Everybody says, oh, don't say that, no. I would say to keep him far away, but I mean, you know, maybe he'll get better. Question mark? Yeah, I think very, very far away, very far away. Not that he disappears and vanishes into the void, but and doesn't destroy anything. I understand you're upset. I don't blame you. I definitely don't blame you. After learning this enemy specifically acts Gestalt to verify authenticity, and the results were confirmed. For so long. It sounds like he just knows how to add things to the cake. Honestly speaking, I would be confused on exactly why they brought him over. Not saying it's bad to have family over, but if you know they have some issues, I would definitely be very hesitant or very concerned. Can't blame. Yeah, that actually makes me question even more why they brought him over. I feel like they're trying to isolate you from everyone else, or maybe they just, I don't know, the minor. I don't know if it's between well, I mean, honestly speaking, wrong is wrong. Despite age, and that's just me talking, but wrong is wrong. 16. He's old enough to face consequences for his bad behavior. I'm not gonna ask that question because teenagers manage to do things. Yeah, I would definitely, I would say, I don't have a door. Where's your door? How do you not have a door? The plot thickens. The actually thing is like you connect with Descendants. I use curtain blinds. Well, that's not preferable. I would definitely say to if you can, hide the items, the memorabilia, very, very far away, because that is not going to keep anybody out. That is questionable. I don't know if in about a week he'll be gone. Okay, well, that's a good thing. That'll be a very good thing. A little peace of mind. I'm still confused of why they decided to bring them over. I feel like once they noticed he started doing things, they should have immediately kind of rehabbed, but situations, I guess? Each person handles situations differently. I personally wouldn't have brought him over. Not into my humble abode, my special place. Hoping nothing else gets damaged. I will send you good luck that everything will hold up in one piece. It was the Commandant crossed paths with them during the underground battle of City 75. The Commandant wrote everything down in the mission report, but someone leaked it. Even if the Commandant hadn't said anything, these people would have found out one way or another. If it came to that, falsifying the military report will only exacerbate their crimes. Who leaked the Commandant's mission? It doesn't matter. Even if you found out who did it, someone else would just take their place. The network has penetrated into the very fabric of Babylonia. All the President can do is take every necessary precaution. If it was me, I would have probably been way worse than I did a while back. I mean, if they're damaging and trying to frame you, Again, not saying I prefer violence, but you play around, you win stupid prizes. Just saying. I am not denying, but I am not saying do it. It's all just this year. Well, that is not. I hope I really hope your year gets better. This is not the way to start 2026. It's supposed to be New Year, New You. No. Yeah, I send you good vibes. Hopefully your year will definitely get better, and hopefully also you'll get a door. I'm confused why they don't have you a door. I feel like that is very much unfair. There isn't much he can do to prevent leaks. After all, the opposition has other means to implicate them, not to mention they occupy numerous and replaceable positions. No one knows what the Commandant really did. They claim that Sly lost consciousness at the time, even the constructs of Grey Ravens didn't see Luna leave. Haven't had a door in years. I'm ready to just kind of ship you a door at this point. You just have to put it together. You need a door. They need to get you a door. We're still collecting evidence, but based on the current trend, the opposition is deliberately trying to forge evidence to achieve their goals. How do you know this? Working in the political sphere, I have my ways. I am a Smith after all. It is when he leaves. That'll work. After all, I mean, how is he gonna miss it, right? How is he gonna miss it? He ain't even gonna be there. Yeah. Just make sure it fits, trim it down a little bit if it's a little too big. Make sure you put some WD-40 on there so it's nice and smooth and quiet and creamy. I like this idea. I like this idea. The next Smith will have to learn to piece together fragments of intel and speculation to get the whole picture. Chrome furrows his brows as if lost in thought. Where is Sly now? Do you want to see the Commandant? Yes. Break us out of here! We'll need to use whatever they can to get rid of any other unnecessary troubles. I'm telling you all of this intel just to remind you, I know you're interested in the Commandant's potential. I didn't want to interfere, you being around such an exceptional human. I'm gonna go, I just need to rant to someone. Okay, I hope you feel better. And don't forget to snatch his door. He don't need it. He don't need it! But the squad is already in too deep. If you get too close to Sly, you'll be monitored and put in the same position. Just look at the other Grey Ravens. Stay away from them. Or else, you'll just get caught in the crossfire. Trust me, my judgment and way of doing things, Mr. Smith, even if I see Sly, I won't let them get the best of me. Please tell me, where is Sly? Ooh. After numerous requests, Chrome finally gets a brief meeting with the Commandant on the grounds of relaying information on the mission. Under the watchful eyes of soldiers and staff, the airtight door slowly rises up. Blinding light fills the empty room. A human is sitting on the cold and hard seat in the conference room, looking ahead with tired and dull eyes. Someone once joked that uncomfortable chairs can shorten meetings and make them more efficient. That is true, because nobody wants to sit in a rock-hard chair. But when a person is left to sit in the chair for almost 2 days, the same cannot be said. Chrome looks around the room quietly. In this clean, tiny, and unassuming room, cameras are installed in each of the 4 corners. At least that was all that could be seen with the naked eye. You step into the room and the door slowly lowers. Even though it is just the 2 of you, none of you are able to speak freely under such watchful eyes. Looking at the side of your pale and tired face, Chrome quietly clenches his fist before he greets you. He notices the projection equipment in the corner. The hazy blue light creates a 3-dimensional image of an antique clock with no tick marks or minute hands. There is only an hour hand slowly moving along with each swing of the pendulum. I was about to say, if it's one of those normal clocks that just kind of like ticks around, you can estimate the hour hand, because it's like 12, 3, 6, 9. So you could just estimate time. It's like 12. That means this will be like 1, 2, 3. Something like that. I miss those clocks. A small line of text below the clock reads monitoring schedule. It is difficult for those who have not experienced it to notice, but one's perception of time is infinitely lengthened by staring at a clock during times of hardship. I figured this out, that if you look at the time enough, and you're like, oh yeah, 5 more minutes, the 5 minutes will instantly lengthen. And I don't know why. Because when I look at closing and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to get off, yeah. I'm telling you, 3 minutes feel like 14 eternities. I hate it. Before coming here, Chrome had heard that the interval between examinations and treatments was 2 hours during the day and 5 hours at night. 5 hours? What do you... Okay. Anyone who has worked at the Star of Life knows that this frequency of treatment for patients with serious illnesses are normal. They are not. But that is done under the conditions the patients in critical conditions are looked after without being disrupted, not monitored in confinement. However, if an appeal is submitted due to the frequency of treatment, the other party would just come up with a series of written terms to prove that they are not violating any rules. The commandant's hardship would be hidden between the lines, such as being isolated in this empty room for an extended duration, the blinding light and cold, hard conference chairs making night rest nigh impossible, numerous monitoring equipment in the room, soldiers and staff pacing outside, the clock without tick marks, all too convenient monitoring interval. Singling out any one of these reasons will give no indication that there is any foul play. No one could complain that the room is too clean and empty or that the seats are too uncomfortable. But together, this is enough to make life wither away with each swing of the pendulum. This is a prison in every sense of the word. Chrome wants to say something, but he finds himself unable to speak under such watchful eyes. Seeing the clock, Chrome cannot help but recall that you had downloaded Edgar Allan Poe's short story, The Pit and the Pendulum, from the database. Did I even ever finish reading the story? Give me the book! Give me the book! Regardless, Chrome has to do something. Hello, Grey Raven, Commandant. Hi, how's it going? You know, the weather is cold outside. He slowly turned in the direction of the familiar voice and see Chrome standing by the door, the white paint from his coating reflecting the blinding light in the room as if enveloping him in its radiance. Hey. He barely managed to muster up such a brief greeting out of the sheer fatigue, and a trance he sensed an internal struggle in Chrome's gaze. How are you feeling? Take a wild guess. Quite obvious, ain't it? The lengthy interrogation regarding the memory of poison missions details have taken a toll on your voice prior to meeting him. No matter how hard you try, you cannot hide the raspiness in your voice. Chrome quietly walks over and stands in front of the chair. He's turned slightly to block the blinding light from above. But the struggle in his eyes become all the more apparent. Have a seat. That won't be necessary. I'm just here to talk about this mission. Anyway, Babylonia has detected a high fluctuation of planet concentration within the longness blast zone. If you can rule out any false positives, there might be something hidden there. Did you notice anything during the last mission? Explains what happened during the mission. Listening to your explanation, Chrome records the main points in his terminal notes and draws detailed areas on the map. Oh, don't do this. Thanks for the help. Looks like there might actually be something suspicious there. I'll bring some sensors along. Alright. He's looking at the car. Chrome puts away his terminal and looks at the blue projection, the pendulum. Like, do you know when this pendulum will stop descending? And they can't get what they want? What do you mean? Thing is, you look into Chrome's eyes and wink. Sorry, forget I ever said anything. Seeing the hint, he smiles. Stop. Stop. Calm down. After he finishes speaking, the door promptly races with a clear buzzing and an alarm. Chrome steps back, causing the blinding light to occupy your field of vision. Thank you again for your help. Goodbye for now. He nods under the staff's watchful eye, then leaves the empty room. As the door closes with a heavy thud, the gaze returning to the white void. I know what I'm doing. But I guess we're gonna have to know what we're doing another time. Honestly speaking, that is luscious. That is lovely. What are we planning on doing? What are we hiding? What are we holding? We must have known. Some trade rewards. It's a little something. It's not too bad. Let's not not what I'm looking for. I did not mean to click that. But, oh well. I guess your girlie needs to... What are you... Oh wait, there we go. Get 2 pats. You get 2 pats. Me beep beep. Me beep 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 beep. Lovely. You get 2 pats. Me beep 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 beep. Lovely. Me beep beep. Me beep 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 beep. Okay. I originally was thanks, lovely. Substitute. Oh, okay, okay. Substitute. Okay. In event. Get yours. Chores. Can I unlock any of these? 5 permits, resident permits. I have 5. Perfect. Okay, sign. Lovely. Plain. Lovely. Can't decorate it just yet, but I can remember how to do it. Add some folks. Let's see, Lotus. Yes. Let's see. Let's just go down the list. Let's just go down the list. Wait, should I do like no? Wait, no. Oh, never mind. Whatever. I was thinking I should put all the girls with girls and all the guys with guys, but I mean he's there already, so I'm sure he's a gentleman. I could be just a gentleman. Yeah. Oh crap! What did I just do? Not what I meant to do. Hi, Enigma! Hello, hello! How you do? What did I just do? What? I don't know what I just did. How you doing? I'm doing well. How about yourself? Notes. File. Okay, this is just stuff I can read. Just read. Because who needs that? Okay, things. Really? Pause. Read commission system. Okay, I can do that. Oh, 20. Boo! Tomato. It was actually just about to end. Hello. I was seeing what goodies I could do before I did. And 122. Oh. Trying to get Bianca today. I did not do any summons, unfortunately. I don't want to use any of my... I just didn't want to use any of my golden keys here. So, unfortunately not. Sooner or later. Because we still have a little bit of time left, so I'm not too worried about it. I mean, a little bit. Wait, can I upgrade my... Anything I can do? Damn it. Maybe I just kind of like max it out. Also, there was new update circuits. Stuff coming. Okay, word. Can't say no to a little upgrade. Sounds like a plan. I like it. Let's see who I have. Wait, did I? Which? I did. Oh snap. Okay. We got a lot. I mean, a lot of trailers. You want to react to them? Sure, why not? Let me go ahead and do this one. You can go ahead and... First, I gotta make sure I'm not about to fall out of my chair. Let me know which ones we're looking at. Give me this today. Freebies. Let's go. Okay, let's not do that.
Calm down, Colossus.
think it's a properly stretched to this one. All other ones. Nope. Okay, thinking I would forward to start. What? Ow. Hey.
Down, Clyde.
Ooh. I don't know where he's at.
Are you running this way?
Keep going. Snap. How am I supposed to dodge
I'm
this?
down, Clyde.
Yeah. Hey.
Run.
How am I supposed to dodge him before Tam sees him?
Run.
Let's do it. What do you got? What? But anyways, yeah. You
We
can go
need
ahead
to
and
keep some alive.
pick to the next update because I want that the new skin. What I mean. Once you get them, it's gonna be worth it. Question mark. New unit effect. Everyone has to be effect. Oh wait, if I switch it around.
Stand behind me.
Okay.
I've got.
I don't need to start. I don't want to know that.
Comrades,
Stand behind me.
No, keep with her.
I'll be the boss.
I mean, the thing is that they make it look so good, so it's just like you have to have them. I don't blame you. There you go.
Are you running this way?
Ah, boy, here we go. Nope. Touched it. I got the power snap. Hold on,
Come down, Clyde.
I thought I was cooking a second when I dodged the first time.
Your colors. I like them.
I think I got nicked by it. No!
Run.
How did I get damaged and I didn't even like...
Run.
He didn't even swing his sword our way. No fair. No, I don't accept that. Oh boy. There we go. 1, 2, I don't know. Ah, crap. Come on. How am I supposed to see him? How am I supposed to dodge something I can't see?
Don't slow down.
I refuse to accept this.
Your colors. I like them.
There we go. No. I don't know what I'm expecting to do now.
Arms,
Nope.
feet.
Well,
Don't slow down. Tear them apart.
See? This third one is just gonna tear me up. I don't know how I'm supposed to
I know. We need to keep some alive.
go up against the this third one here. This one is oddly questionable. But alas. Now I know next time I'm not fighting against this dude. I'm like, oh my god, just a different boss. Oh, what could go wrong? Everything could go wrong. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong. But okay. I mean,
Calm down, Clyde.
I guess.
Clyde, tear them apart.
But at the same time, the main thing isn't even the fact that there's a fight against. It's just that he can
Are
like
you running
back
this way?
it's there. The third one. Okay. Oh. Okay, so go. Okay.
Are you running this way?
It's here.
Your colors. I like them. Run.
Hopefully that works.
Run.
Probably a bad idea because he's about to attack. mean, I like the fact that no matter I can heal myself, which is good. Okay, that was 2.
Calm down, Clive.
Okay, no. You're supposed to give it a third one. This one.
Are you running this way?
2, 3. Wait, 3. Okay, now it's not 4. I'm trying to like learn to find their attack. I'm getting all sorts of torn up. Because we're not keeping a pattern.
Run. Ray. Run.
Surprisingly though, I actually didn't struggle with this as much as I was expecting. That's a plus.
I know.
But
We need to
again,
keep some alive.
you know, I just kind of like to just fight endlessly, just because I can. Having to act like, oh, you know, put your back into it and count. Be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 29, 38. Maybe not. It was on first clear, Monday was last. I don't know, blah 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 blah. Let's do this again. Good members. Ooh, we going to the members. We are at the members. I first thought I was supposed to fill this in. Oopsies. Oopsies. I should have used that. Maybe I'll upgrade that. I need to get the red button. Call it this simple, eh? Whichever one you want to build first. I have no clue. Watanabe, I guess. Just because he's my favorite. He's my favorite, and he has a great weapon compared to everybody else. Fun. Pearl. I guess between Farrell and Watanabe. I don't think, yeah, she doesn't have her actual weapon, so it's between these two because they have their actual. No, Watanabe because he actually. The recommended equipment. Recommended equipment. It shall be Port Advance. That's it. Put that. But I have his Falcon. Okay, well set. Let's go. Confirm. I have none of this. I just have the. Why is the bearded man kind of? I am indeed a diabetic. So I got the best to simulate it. Guess what it is? So please. I refuse. I just refuse. I'm wrong with that. Okay, all the pretty girls. Excuse you. This is I have those now. We need to have these. Anyway. I mean, we have enough. Got the Joker in here. Memorize the name of the set. So I should have. I recognize the look of the characters. I'm not. Oh, here we go. Aphanos. Yeah. Guys. He's the handsome bird man. Wait, where'd he go? Okay. Purchase. That's the fourth one. And I just... here we go. Oh. I'm so away. Lisa! There's only one? What? I could be right. I refuse to accept. I refuse to accept. There's only one item that I need. Elena, Canova, Mini, Masha. Okay, everything is just going downwards. Okay. Rip. That one. Jump is closed because the new update is coming up as a maintenance. Oh. That makes sense. I guess it'll be alright. I'm gonna recycle. Oh wait. No. Is that what I want to look through? I mean, if it has what I need. Maintenance, come quick! Come quick! Please! Okay. That's one. Okay, we do need one. Yes. The romantic controllers for the video update? Drop the names! Yours! Let's see the beauty! Yours! One. Shakespeare. Where is me? Thou shalt be! Christina Phillips. Got one. And maybe they will do that. Elizabeth, see the new skins. Sure, we can look at those two. I want to see if they have two. Oh, might be able to finish this. I want to see if I can get all of these pieces before I forget. So 3, 4 again. Try to make sure that they get them before I forget. You know, I know I'm going to forget. It's my brain. 4. This is that one. Did I not? Oh, snap. Not the right one. That was not the right one. Sets to... I purchased the right one on the before. 2, 3, 4. Don't have any other ones. Okay. Yes. I think I might have a select before I steam items. But the items. Memory. Okay, items. You it? No, we're just cogs. This one. Get the cogs. This one. This one again. I hope it didn't expire. Sadly, yeah. That's a shame. Well, we were almost finished completing it, but I mean, we have majority of it, so it'll do. It'll do for now. Alright, let's go ahead and look at these kitties there. I'm still in the guild. Snap, I am still in the guild. That's crazy. that. Let me turn the sound off really quickly. Do my little handy dandy notebook. Yeah. 5 minutes ago, looks like our girlie. I feel like, did we see this one? May pass by it. Pause. I have a feeling. Do I have on a 2 type 2? Wait it in. First is Withering Crown and coaching PV. Second is Darkness Bears. The Sun. Okay, and third is Was It the Eye? Tip PV. Okay, cool. We shall view. Wait, pause. Okay. I had to make sure that the thing was not muted. Let's see what goodies.
With this sword,
Music.
I can protect those close to me. Thanks to you, I'm more certain of this than ever.
Okay, hold on.
Gentleness and sharpness are 2 aspects of the same reality. I won't give up my pursuit of power.
I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one I wanted.
Are you ready?
I don't know.
The story of us
Can I dance
begins
with her?
now.
You know what's cool when they have to get like
Endless
three different
night.
perspectives.
Freeze the moment! Exterminate! No mercy! Return to silence! I pray for your fate.
I get it. Okay, it's giving.
Tear asunder this withered light. Hearken now
They did the
to the
hand thing. They
dirge
did
of
the thing.
finality. I mourn your ending. Untainted thorns, purge all sins. When the curtain falls,
I don't know if that was like a little
so
time
too
capsule
shall this dream
or a
fade.
chandelier. But I like it. This will be the music I will always set whenever I'm playing games. This like the music is a jam. It's a rock.
Everything on the checklist is done.
Ooh.
So, are we opening a new front or preparing for the next battle? I can offer some
Oh, no.
advice either way.
Yeah. Let's go.
Power of amalgamation unleashed. Rosetta, moving in. Piercing through. Clearing a path.
I want her to tap
Too
her.
slow.
Her attack is
Hook
not.
and steel. Forward.
It's not it for me. I want her to gonna be too slow.
1 against
But I'm
1,000.
gonna try her out when I get.
Think you can
If I
stop
get her,
this?
when I get her, like the first.
Unleashing full power. Get ready to be crushed. The enemy can fight no more. Commandant, we've won.
What have you? Of course, she will be the
Compliment from Commandant?
the most cute.
Nanami totally deserves it!
Are those glasses in her head?
Let's blast off to the moon and stars, Commandant! Come with Nanami!
I'm sorry, you have the most epic characters, and then you just got her a big bubble.
Change destiny! To protect the ones I care about! Here comes Nanami!
You got that Powerpuff Girls aesthetic.
Yahoo!
Not bad. The rewind is kind of. So far, they're not forgiving.
Nanami's ultimate attack!
Like a bottom.
Wait,
Let's see.
fate?
Get into
Nanami
it.
decides her own fate! Ha!
Please remember, no matter how dangerous the path, I'll be right behind you.
Our main
Every step of the
girly.
way, without fail.
Yeah.
Welcome. Allow me to entertain our guests.
Come on. This
Pity,
music
I only
here is-
converse with living things. Greetings and goodbye.
Yes, let's go.
At your service. No stain survives my purge.
I might go ahead and just before we get it,
Cut them down!
I'll just go
Shred
ahead and
them
use
apart.
it just for the skin. Like I
didn't
like
really
her
see it
original
just
one,
for you.
but I also like this one.
Do you like it?
Yes, yes, I do like it. Like if I'm asking. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me see here. Let me see here. The next one. The next one. I like the. Oh, we're eating good. We're really eating good. We're eating good. But yeah. Let's see. It's when darkness bears. Yes. Let me see if I just put that in there. Okay. I was hoping it wasn't gonna go ahead and start randomly throwing me to like music videos. Okay. But I definitely am excited for those skins because like all of them are epic, and then you got Nanami who's just randomly thrown in there with her bubbly pink. I love it. And then it went back to like dramatic, cool girl. Oh, that's crazy. But alas, let's see. See why the dark is bright. Did no one consider? Ooh, hold on, we got that 2D animation and free feed. Let me stop. Okay. Alright. They could literally make this an entire anime. Like an actual anime, like they did Final Fantasy. I think it's Final Fantasy 15.
Telling about a time when
Okay.
the land was ruled by
I'm
storms and
convinced Corrupted are just like bootleg
frosty
zombies.
white to submit to the force having no spine
Just a little more solid.
or to rebel against the swarm that holds the long night. No turning back, the vanquish rushed and roared, fighting to win or die. Towards the purpose, standing for the
At least they
no more this
reload it before actually getting into battle.
more tyrannical ties. Bearing such old sign, the blade that cuts the eyes. Like a keen-edged she-cut.
I'm not even worried about it. I know she got it. Oh, okay, maybe she don't. Maybe she don't got it. I'm sorry. Don't do that to our girl.
Rising in the sky.
Yo. So, how? No. Let my girl do her thing. Where'd the people go that was supposed to help her? Did they take all the other folks out? The side characters? Don't do our girl like this. It's creepy. Exactly, just creepy. Just chilling out here. Just like, yeah, you know, she was never heard of them. Who needs shoes in this day and age? You know, when it's snowing. Hey, she gets like an upgrade? Is that a We'll take it. This is the younger her. Well, it's like, I'm gone. Y'all suffer.
When the blizzard crushes all unity, when the sins barricade our path ahead, it will tear through the mist and become the protector of our aspiration.
Like, I like the PV, right? I like the PV, but this one here, I'm gonna have to put this in first. A horse girl was, in fact, not torn up, because I was expecting them to do her run. Did it just restart on its own? Oh no, it just went to a second one. It ain't even gonna question. It's just gonna go to another video. Okay, that's how you feel about me. Third one is Rosetta RTPV. Rosetta. I have a feeling I already screwed up. Did I remember doing that right? Yep. Or TV. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Wait. Look at her. She's so tiny. Wait.
Legend has it that long ago, a guardian unicorn would appear in times of danger,
Okay.
quietly
unicorn
watching
threw me
over
off.
everyone. They say it shows up by frozen lakes near mountain caves, or way up on snowy peaks. Thank you.
Isn't we get to see baby Rosetta? Is that it? Where are your parents? I'm sorry, but I would not buy herself. Brody really came back. I got candy in my
Rosetta? What a coincidence! Over here!
There's a tree
What
falling.
brings you?
Tree. Okay.
Huh?
She's the target. Yeah. No. I'm sorry. Anyone who writes in their books, I cannot have you near my stash of my mangas and my novels, because if I open my book, it's my pages. It's like not on my one. Wait, where's that unicorn? In my head. You are not giving away what I do.
So heavy.
Your bag, ma'am. Your bag. Ma'am, your bag. May I say?
Huh? It's a unicorn!
The kid just left her back here like this?
In the book.
And this.
I read this when I was a kid too.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Legend has it that long ago, a guardian unicorn would appear in times of danger, quietly watching over everyone.
Oh. Nuh-uh.
Huh? Watch out!
The unicorn comes to save the day. Day, I say. Hey there. You know, my luck will have it to where I get smacked in the forehead by the
just now was straight out of the
collapsing
story, just like the
pieces
guardian
of ice.
spirit.
Just saying. Like the little kid got lucky.
This is the legend of the guardian spirit. Do you like this story?
I love it!
Baby Rosetta. Stop. Okay, well, that one now takes the cake. I don't know. I don't know why I'm even ranking each one, but I spell tragedy. Don't mention the office. Don't do it. Let me stay delusional for a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit. Like nothing wrong ever happened. I smell the entire place went up in flames and somebody got smitten. But that's just a guess. We shall see. We will figure this out one day. Because I know good and well she didn't become a construct, just become a construct. The place got overran, and she was the only one who made it out alive. And then the research dudes was just like, hey, for the greater of humanity and for your revenge, would you like to become a horse? Let me happen to figure out I'm actually right. But anyway, I like these. I like these. I knew she was gonna be my favorite, but it just proves that she's just that good. Okay? Okay. Like, I cannot wait for us to actually get her, which is why I'm really not trying to use my golden tickets, because, well, so far we're not getting any of the, what are they called? The blue tickets. Get her. Yes, please, without a struggle. Like, despite my concern of her battle animations being a little too slow for my liking, I mean, come on, who can say no to Horse Girly? I think she's gonna, even if her base attack isn't good, her ult, I liked her ult. The little horses just ramming into them. I feel like that's going to be kind of like Watanabe. I just hope that I get her early, get the Bianca skin, because it got your skin and I'm gonna need them black cards. Yeah. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. It's not gonna take too much so we can get everything that we want before time's up. But I reckon, with a little bit of grinding and a little bit of saving, that, let's see, we got 3 days? Yeah, 3 days, question mark, before it resets and hopefully officially get her on the roster. Wait, did you say it was supposed to be tomorrow? Tomorrow's maintenance. Him. Either or would be very much great, very much scrumptious. So, yeah. I would definitely have to say, luck to us both. Just gonna start just throwing it out. Yeah. Hopefully we get the characters that we want. Let's make sure to log in the next 2 days so you can finish your weeklies. And no wonder you're broke. I'm not that bad. I've been grinding on reverse. My hope is to get, oh, speaking of reverse, I got Barrow. I thought that I wasn't going to get her, but then the last summon that I had, she was like, you know what? I feel like coming home. And so we now have Beryl. I have upgraded her for the most part. I just need to max her out to 60 and put resonance on her. Yeah. Very scrumptious. I'm trying to think though. I forgot the team characters that you mentioned to put with her. And I tried throwing her in like my other made teams and that did not work. So once we're there, we're there. But we finished the main story and the event stories is done, so I'm not too sure exactly what we're gonna do. I don't remember. She works best with Isolde. We don't have Isolde. We need to get Isolde. Wait, no, because Nala is in there. Okay. Do you have Medicine Pocket? I do have Medicine Pocket. I do have a with them. I do have them, but we have to put Isolde in there. Nala is the next on the roster, so I'll probably grind and try to get Isolde. No, get Nala, and then once they offer Isolde, I'll get Isolde to fulfill the full roster for that one. That'll be Team 3. Now, my idea though, because I'm trying to think. There's no events and there's no main story for Reverse, so I'll probably only be playing Reverse once once there's updates. So I'll leave it off for this week. I'm gonna figure out what I'll replace with reverse 1999 for now. And I'm still gonna be grinding on it so that we can have plenty of summons the next time we load in and the next time we have a little story to do. But yeah, I should have left this the side event. Not the side event, the event. Lopeta, Nargis works for Lopeta. I'll check those out. I feel like I heard of Lopeta before. Mentioned that he is coming. Yes! Yes! Igor, please don't give us much of a hassle. We're definitely not going to be able to throw you over our shoulder, but you know, if you just casually walked with us, wink wink, that was a blink, but anyway, you know, it'll do. We'll be fine. Everything will be great. I cannot wait. Oh. Igor is going to be our fourth in our fourth team. We'll probably have, I'm trying to think, let me see here. We need someone for the third one, probably preferable, a healer. And I'll probably do like Olive, Igor, and then someone else. That's probably not a good matchup, but if it works, you know, maybe. I do think, we shall see, we shall see. First, that makes sense. First and foremost, we need to make sure that we even claim either of the two. And then we should be perfectly good. Yay! But yeah, I think we'll end it there. We got any recommendations for replacing Reverse 99 until there's an update? I have no idea. I know Vash was talking about Limbus. Well, maybe we can leave this day as just so that we're not stuck on varying between two stories for a long periodic time. We could go ahead and that'd be too many gacha games. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was like, maybe we can use just for visual novels. I know there's like a bunch of demos and other fun visual novels that would only take like a few game days to play probably, and by the time okay, I'm getting tongue-tied on every sentence. Anyway, by the time the update comes around, we should be able to pull back to Reverse without any much of a problem. It's an idea. I'll see what I can find. If I can find something chill and basic, I'll do that. I think I might go for the latter and just put a bunch of visual novels. I'll figure out some visual novels I can play. Probably buy a few. If they still have it available, probably do some Diabolic Lovers, just so I can see how dumb Yui Komori actually is compared from the anime. And yeah. I just don't want anything that's too long that permanently replaces Reverse 1999. What do you think of a horror visual novel with no romance sort of? I like a little horror aspect. Thriller and horror is my go-to. What you thinking about? I have a feeling you have a title or two on your mind. The main idea is that it's not too much that it will get me shut down from Twitch. If there's other people that are streaming it, as long as they don't pin me, I am open. Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, I know about that game. I've seen so many people play it. A 3-hour game. That's not too bad. Maybe. Maybe. I'll have to put a lot of warnings on it for anyone that could get disturbed by it. I wouldn't want someone just randomly coming into stream and they just see the net crack. You know, that might throw them for a loop. You know, I will consider it. I'll probably put a bunch of visual novels I find into a little spinning wheel, and then when it's time to do like a little visual novel play, spiel, we'll just roll, spin the wheel, and whatever name, title it lands on, we'll play that for the day. I think that'll make it easier instead of just trying to decide one, and I'll make it easier for until there's the update. We'll have others to play throughout the rest of the stream days. We'll see how it works. I'm gonna go ahead and compile a few. Okay, there's a lot of us coming right now. Anyway, there's a. My brain has gone blank. Anyway. I'll put it in the wheel. I'll find some names. Persona 5, I kind of doubt it's coming back, isn't it? It sort of is. I'm not leaving it hanging. Yeah, I'm not leaving it hanging, but I just really don't want to stay stuck on it, if that makes sense. I kind of left it just so I could go ahead and focus on other stuff, but I plan on hopping back to it to bring it back to us, but I'm not trying to have it to where we start it. Like, there's no side quests or anything, side missions for us to do, so it's kind of like it's there. I don't want to go ahead and start it. I'm like, yeah, we can get through this, and we get through one boss, and then all of a sudden we're grinding again because we can't get to the other boss. It's just like, I don't know. And since I'm probably going to have all the boss battles on auto, it's not going to be as interesting. But I'll probably do like the little visual novels, and I'll probably go ham this week actually on Persona 5 and see how fast I can level up. I don't want to throw any money on it, but you know, level it up a good bit, and by the end of next week, see how far we get. Yeah, I think that's what I'll probably do when I leave to after this stream. Go ahead and play a little bit of that, and since I could play it in the background, I got to go now. Bye. Thank you for joining. See you later. Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and focus on it for the night, and try to see. We'll see how next week happens. If after I level them up to like 100 or whatever, and we get stuck again, it's probably not gonna come back. Most likely not gonna come back. I'm not trying to get stuck on one game and it just not work out. If we do manage to keep going, because like me personally, I get tired of repetition. If I know I'm gonna lose and I'm not gonna get anywhere without paid to play, I am not about that life. But alas, let me not keep going around in a circle and rambling about a whole lot of nothing. Probably gonna go ahead and munch on a little something and get things done, and then move on. It's interesting that we finished Reverse. It's kind of weird not to have that for the next week's stream. It's interesting, but I mean, it's not bad. We'll figure it out. We will definitely figure it out. It's between visual novels, as just mentioned, Persona 5, and maybe something else. Also 3 days until Amiya. Word. Okay, I guess that's another thing I'll be grinding on. We need to have enough summons. Yo. Yeah. I got work. I got a lot of work to do. Oh dear. So many characters we need to snag. But okay, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and grind on that. Munch. Go to sleep. Try it again tomorrow. And try to also get these Mormon chapters finished. I don't want to bother myself with too much, but I don't want to also leave y'all hanging. So bear with me as I try to sort out my life and my life choices. Anyway, as always, Twitter is where you can find me for all updates, polls, if you need to contact me, etc. Instagram is for all art and animation related projects, even though I'm not really active on there. I mean, I post occasionally. You quit Mormons if you want. Maybe. I still want to make sure there's enough to post throughout the entirety of the month, though. So it's probably gonna be like a little bit of War Robots here and there. Mormons, probably, maybe not. We'll see. I try to keep them hourly, so there's plenty for everything. What else do I play? What else do I play? I have no clue. Heavens. That's a good question. But yeah. Oh, Minecraft. Yeah. I wanted to do a little Minecraft challenge, which is actually taking way longer than I hoped for. So, 7 days to die. A lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. I'm running myself rapid. Probably not the best idea, but alas, we shall see. The main thing that I think I'm going to be focusing on is between Frontier. Well, not Frontiers. I might leave Frontiers for just stream, and then the OG War Robots for just videos. Or I'll sort it out in my free time and make do with that. But yeah, I just want to make sure that for those who don't prefer or who can't come into the live streams, they'll have something to just, you know, watch. Just cause. It's the idea. Potential. Also, we're almost to 20 subscribers on YouTube. Rawr. Love y'all. Y'all are amazing. I know it's small, but like, it means a lot. So, with that being said, go for real now. Bye. Oh no, are you procrastinating like me? Am I rubbing off on thee? Let me stop. Have a good night. What else did I mention? What else did I not mention? That's a good question. Instagram, YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, YouTube is for all VODs and miscellaneous videos. So if you like to watch some War Robots, I'm not sure if it's going to be the OG or the Frontiers, or I'm going to mix them together. We'll see. Mormons. I'm planning this entire week. This entire week is just going to be Mormons. So from today is Monday, Tuesday. From Tuesday. Is that right? That was the second. Yeah, yeah, that's right. From Tuesday to the end of the week will be straight Mormons. And then I will mix it up. I'll probably do 7 Days to Die, Minecraft, I don't know. Then you cry in chapter 7 because of how hard it is. Ah, no! Thanks for the heads up. I got a good handful of characters, so hopefully I'll show you my save. But yeah. But I'm gonna try to switch it up. I'll probably give a definite on Twitter and the community tab of which days is gonna be for what, for uploads. The live streams are still gonna be live streams daily, but everything else, like for miscellaneous videos, is I'm not too sure. I am not too sure at all. Yeah, we're gonna work through this. So yeah, with that being said, also Twitch is where we live stream at 12 a.m. Central Timing daily. If you want to go ahead and pop in, there is a schedule somewhere in between there on Twitch. If you're not sure how it converts into your timing, I try to leave a little the little updates. And updates? That's not right. Notification thingies. Trying to convert the timing, but I don't have it for everyone's time zone, so you can go ahead and look into the little schedule thingy. And it should convert my time to your time, and we should be able to time together. But with that being said, thank you all who decided to join and come by to say hi, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, speaking of, is Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight? Is that right? Is that right? Yeah, that should be right. I think. Yeah. No? Alright. Yeah. Dead by Daylight. I literally forgot that quickly. But, anyways. Hopefully we don't get tossed around and thrown. I should have. It was a bad call last time. I should have cleared out the save zone and then just perched up there. But I couldn't see Jack. And I panicked and I was like, I need to make it back to the hive. Reason why there's safe zones. It's very stressful mentality-wise. So I was in fact not thinking. So hopefully this time we'll play it right and I won't die as many times. Fingers crossed. We shall see. Well, with that being said, again, thank you all who decided to come by. And I hope to see you tomorrow for some Dead by Daylight. Good night.